Oh, wait a minute. Hang on one second, y'all. Let that out. There we go. Okay, y'all. I don't know why I'm just not organized today. It's like, what am I doing? Okay, people. I am back again. Hey, Candy. Okay, wait a minute. Let me get this music off of here. I'm just fumbling and bumbling today. Can't get it together. Okay, Lord, I got to get a little more coordination going on. Okay. Um, all right. So I am back again, and I'm here to do Ready to Love Season 9 Reunion Part 2. I am glad this is the last because I'm tired of talking about these people. Okay. And so I'm glad this is the last time to talk about it. So let me get my friends in here. Okay. Miss Kara back again. And hey, Shana, how you doing?
Ginger snaps. He ain't
Yeah,
gonna mess up my name. He gonna do nothing
yes.
else.
Ginger snaps.
Just tear my name up. Ginger snaps. Just tear my name
Yeah,
up. Ginger snaps.
they wanted her last night, but I ain't felt like fooling with her last night. So I said, let me
She's like, not
get the
tonight.
yeah. Listen, let me get her today. I got to get a good coordination going on with the putting the the things up and the music and it's all So I'm still figuring all these things out, but hey, I
we
think
I
I'm
did
doing.
that last
I
night.
think I'm doing
100.
okay.
We got 100 subs in like 2 days, so I think you're doing real good.
Yeah, I'm telling you. Yeah, because I tell you, I just started this thing, and so I'm really appreciative of everybody and all this support and suggestions and everything. So it's all good. But y'all, we here for this Ready to Love. I'm tired I'm tired of these people. I'm
She
ready
said, I'm
to.
over it.
I'm over it. And maybe I need a break, and then maybe I'll be ready for the next time around. But I definitely need a break from this crew. They could have
Yeah.
did this in one part. They ain't need
I
two
was
parts.
thinking that.
Yeah.
I was
And
trying
yeah,
not to
because
say that when I text you. Like, this could have been one
yeah, they could have
reunion.
just did one, and because we could have just did this last week and been done with this. So I was like, oh my god, we got to do another part.
I saw some
So
behind the scene clips that were more interesting than what was shown on the show. So I'm like, why did y'all take these clips out and
Hmm.
then put in stuff that we don't care to talk about?
mm, exactly.
That's how it always
I
goes.
I done got me some notes so I can stay on track. Cause I be forgetting people's names, but this time I wrote some stuff, wrote people's names down. So I guess let's get into it, get it going. Okay. So but everybody know this is Ready to Love. And okay, so Alexis is gone. Bye. Good riddance. That's what I put up here.
Toodles.
Goodbye and good riddance. So she caused nothing but problems. So bye, Alexis. Hopefully, I think she had too much to drink, and I think she just was acting crazy that day.
Mhm.
So, hopefully she get herself together. Um, okay, so I'm trying. I'm going. I put it in order as they talked about things. So see, like the oh, wait a minute, did I screw this up? Hold up, y'all. Oh, okay. Why did it do that? I don't know what's going on. All right. Hey,
Candy, what's
I'm
Candy
still
talking about?
I'm
Why
still
they do
figuring
that?
Who?
what
Oh,
she's talking about
why
the
they do
two-part
that?
thing. Yeah. I don't know. I would really wish, unless it's a really juicy season, they can a lot of these reality shows, not just this one, they can put it in. I don't care if you do a 2 hour episode.
Yeah,
Just
or
put it
hour and a
all in one
half.
day. They could do a 2 hour episode and smash everything together. Unless it was a season that was so explosive that
Right.
you just can't put it all together. And I know you got commercials and all that. You got to do
Hmm.
that too, sponsors and stuff. But they can do a 2 hour thing or hour and a half or something
Could you
like that. But I
imagine if
just
it was 3 parts and we had to do this again next week? I'm like,
Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
Lord.
well, Love and Marriage. I know you don't watch it on Shayna, but Love and Marriage DC is going to be 3 parts.
more power to y'all.
You know,
Doing the
yeah.
Lord's work yet
I
again.
watched the first. I'm not reviewing it. I'm gonna just look at Miss Kira talk about it. So,
That's it. I don't know what's
but,
going on, who these people are.
but they don't need 3 parts. I don't think they need 3. I
No.
don't know. We'll see.
Oh, she said
You
when I was
know.
talking about the behind the scenes stuff today. Yeah.
Oh
The way
yeah,
they
we could
edited
have
it
got that. They could
before.
have showed us that.
Yeah, and they want us
So,
to go on their YouTube channel. Like, if I didn't see it on my homepage, I would not have known. Nobody's going and searching for no extra scenes when the reunion itself is boring.
Nope.
yeah, no, we're not
Not
doing
doing
that.
it.
So they talked about Lamar. And they talked about as soon as he starts meeting the women, they just reflecting on what happened with him. He meets the women and he started talking sexual questions and inappropriate things. And in my notes I wrote, and this is just how I feel. They didn't say it. This is Inga Ginger Snap saying that he's not ready to love and he's a clown. He's doing too much. That's what I wrote. That's how I feel. What y'all think about this dude?
Wait, Ginger Snaps, is that the only alter ego? Are we dropping the others?
No.
I like Ginger
I don't never know who might show up because I got a red wig that's cinnamon, and then it's a blonde one that's blondie.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know who
We
else.
had
What
Ginger
alter
Snaps
ego?
after dark. I'm like, just keep Ginger Snaps.
Yeah,
I was gonna say that sounds like the fan favorite.
everybody like the ginger snap. So the other two is just they just resting. I don't put them out that much. Everybody seemed to like the ginger snaps one, and But what y'all think about him? I mean, I think those questions that he was asking women as soon as we met him, it was just too much.
Yeah.
It's inappropriate.
You
You
got to
know?
know who you could talk to like that. And I feel like Tommy didn't really address anything, but everybody says that's how he is with the reunion. So I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
That is
I,
what it is,
one of
but
my friends said to me she doesn't like Tommy. She wants Tommy. That she's had enough of him. Not, I don't think that she don't
yeah.
like him, but she's like he's just not. He's not a good
He doesn't
host for the
advocate.
reunion.
He
Yeah,
doesn't
No.
not for the
advocate for the
reunion. I
women.
guess he could do
Yeah,
the
he can do the show, but the
he could do the
reunion,
show, but not
yeah,
the
the
reunion because
reunion.
we need
No.
somebody to
Yeah.
pull this information out and ask the hard questions and things.
Yeah,
And don't hold and he don't hold people accountable. Them,
no.
particularly not the
Call,
men.
call me,
Yeah.
Will
He doesn't
Packer. I'll
advocate
do
for the
it.
women at all.
Yeah, it seems
There
like
you
he don't
go.
want, especially if you his frat brother. Forget it. He gonna let you off the hook.
He wants the women just like last week we talked about this. He wanted Maya to still get with Lamar. You sure there's nothing that no, this dude cursed me out and called me all kind of bitches. Why am I
And
trying
then
to
that went nowhere.
Right.
come on now.
Lamar was so inappropriate though. Like everything that came out of his mouth, and he's like everybody was just, but the people were like just chuckling it up. I'm like, so y'all can hold his feet to the fire since Tommy ain't getting it done. Somebody needs to say something.
Hey Brandy, how you
Hey,
doing,
Brandy.
girl? Yeah,
Hey,
this is he just
yeah, he's not.
he just thumbs down for me. So far as I'm concerned, I hope the women see him on this TV and then they run the other way. But it's
They
always
won't.
somebody for everybody, so he'll get
Exactly.
somebody.
And he was married twice, and I'm just like, who are the? I need these two women to come to the
Yeah,
front.
but maybe
No,
that's
we
why he
don't.
divorced too. Maybe that's why he divorced because they found out he ain't about nothing.
Know
So
yourselves, expose yourselves, because I'm sure he was this way back then.
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
maybe. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Then we
And
got
it sound like you're gonna
Jonathan.
change going forward either.
Right. Don't sound like it. No, it
I
don't
saw
sound like
somewhere where he
Oh,
said he
wait a
didn't
minute.
learn nothing.
Yeah, let me go back to Lamar for a second. He also said, I need a woman with some women. He like to stir things up and he wants somebody with to take it to the next level with him and excitement and some more stuff
Sir,
like that.
please.
That's why I said
And if you got somebody like
Bozo
that, he
the-
wouldn't want him.
Bozo the clown. That's exactly what that's why I said he ain't. I wrote in my little note here. He is not ready to love. Okay, and that's for real. He ain't ready to love. So, Jonathan.
Well, who do y'all think is worse, him or LaRon? Because people be jumping on LaRon, but I think Lamar.
They both neck and neck.
Lamar, I think is.
Look,
Lamar is worse with like the innuendos. Like LaRon is just insecure.
Yeah,
he's a kid. He's only like 31 or 32 years old. He's still young.
Right.
just
Lamar's
he's
in
just
his 40s, stuck in his ways, and don't want to change.
right.
Not at all.
Jonathan say his thing, the reason why they had complaints with him, he wasn't being open about his ex-wife in that situation. He was closed off from what they were saying, and very reserved, you know. So do y'all agree with that? That's what Meek and the other ladies said. So I'm just taking notes based on what people were saying in the program. So y'all agree with that assessment? I think he was reserved, you
I
know.
agree, but I also feel like it was again another thing that we didn't get held really accountable for, because the whole thing was stupid with the, well, you called her a baby mama, like, sir, like, semantics. You could have corrected.
But he could
You
have
did not want
corrected
to
her,
correct.
and yeah, he could have. I mean, she might not
Everybody else
didn't have to
knew.
use that word baby mama, but you could say that your child's mother. But
Right.
still, he could have corrected her and said, "No, I was
My
married. This
ex-wife.
my not just a baby mama type of thing, like some chick you just met at the bar and got a pregnant. No, this was my wife. We, mother of my children. Um,
Right.
but
I don't
but I
understand why
got the
we didn't.
impression like he might have been still dipping his toe back in the
Yeah.
ex-wife pool.
That's what he tried to
So,
tell us on the
Yeah.
low.
Well, he trying to make it seem like the ex-wife still wanted him. I'm like, she still wants you, or you still want
hey
her?
Tamika, thanks for coming through.
That part,
Hey
Shayna.
Derry, and that's right. We don't know the difference whether now he wants her or she wants him. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
He
Tommy didn't hold him accountable. He wasn't open to the process. If you're going to come in and be so
Wasting
reserved and
people's
not share
time.
anything, you shouldn't be on the show.
right.
It's
I
wasting people's
agree.
time.
I
Mm-hmm.
agree. I agree. Uh, yeah, I don't know what more to say about him. He really about nothing. You know what
Yeah,
I'm
that
saying?
Alexis situation. They should have made Alexis stay at least for that conversation, because I
Yes,
wanted to hear what she had to say. Like, just
me
hearing his
too.
side, it didn't do nothing for me.
Not a damn thing.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. I hear more slide because
And
I
he's like,
slide.
I wanted to spice it up, sir. That is not even appropriate. And
Right, you wanted
again,
to
I wanted
spice
them
it
to hold
up.
you
Like,
accountable for that. That was over the top.
if this is what's going on in Dallas, I'm not ever going there,
Keep
because
them.
every man wants to be spicing it up and asking these questions. This is how y'all get to know people. They act like they're in middle school.
Yeah,
Y'all,
seriously.
y'all, my slides didn't come up, but that's all right. And it is what it is. Sometimes technical difficulties. I'm learning
Yeah.
since I'm new to this game. I'm learning the technical difficulties will come up when you least
Right, when
expect
you
them.
Whenever
on
they feel
live.
like it.
Yeah, and I've had a couple of little like, oh man, my thing didn't come. Well, and maybe it's something I'm doing. Whatever it is, what it is. But I think I don't know what more to say about him. I think we all on the same page with this clown, and he just I think he need to heal a little bit more before he get into a relationship. I think he probably ain't not he not ready. He probably ain't healed from the ex-wife yet.
We
Right.
don't even
So
know, and I feel like we don't even
So
know
what's
anything
wrong with that?
about him.
Right.
no,
What was
we
going
didn't.
on with the ex-wife? No
And
one knows.
that's what I wrote down based on what Mika and somebody else said. I forgot who else said it. He
Yeah.
was reserved. He was
Mm-hmm.
too closed off.
Mm-hmm.
He was too closed off. So he didn't want to answer questions. Remember when April and Mika and all them were sitting down at the table with him, and
Yep.
he just didn't want to answer questions. He got up and left. He
Yep.
got up to act like he was going to get something to drink or eat or go bathroom or something. He just got up and never came back.
He did the
So
same thing with him, Rashina, and Will were on a date right before he got
Yep.
eliminated. He ran off. So it's like anytime somebody has a question, it's like, oh no, why are you grilling me? Like, you're on a dating show.
right.
You
We're
signed up
here to
for
learn things about each other. It's not going to just be
it. Right.
one-sided. I'm going to sit here and you're going to grill me and you're not going to have anything to
Yeah.
contribute to the conversation.
He asked April so many questions. I didn't even know April was married, so he asked her and she answered. And then when it was his turn, it's an issue.
Yep.
Yeah.
They got to do a better job of vetting the men. They say, I guess maybe not as many men apply. I don't know what the issue is, but something has to be done.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm gonna go off mic. One quick.
She's looking up. Oh.
She's not fixing slides. Even the system is sick of it. The
Listen,
computer
it
is
happens.
tired of it.
No, I had to send a message to my son, so
Oh, okay.
a text message. Yeah. Let's see. They talk they talk. He kept bringing up the guy Glenn. I'm like, why are we talking about Glenn? No
Why?
disrespect to Glenn, but I don't care about you. I mean,
That's a Tommy
we
thing.
we didn't spend. That was Tommy. Yeah, I'm saying Tommy is
Mhm.
so obsessed. Is Glenn still here? What's Glenn doing? Let's look and let's find out where Glenn at. I was like,
And Glenn was not interested in none of them folks.
Nick Glenn wasn't. He
That's
was
what
just.
I feel like. And Glenn was a producer plan. It's like every time I see, because why are we
You might
spending
be
so much
right. You said that last week. You said it last
time?
week, and I think you might be right because it's like it's just a conversation. Like why are we
Yeah.
Like, is Glenn
caring
even your
about?
real name? Let me see your driver's license. I don't
Right.
believe
We're
you.
spending too much time on Glenn. We saw his dates behind the scenes.
Mm. And so then Jonathan Alonso, they talked about sucking toes, and I wrote yuck on
Toga.
my paper.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
we spent like
But
20 minutes on it.
they
Yeah.
spent a long time, and then when you sticking out your tongue, and I'm like, you're gonna be sucking on feet in between the toes and all that.
Right.
I don't even care if you
Yep.
wash your feet. I'm not
Yeah.
sucking your toes, okay?
I'm like, who
I
was the one
don't
that got
get
kicked
it.
off? Patricia, but she was like, that's nasty. And then somebody was like,
Yes,
oh, his feet must be
yes.
dirty. Like, everybody don't like
Mhm.
their
No,
feet.
I don't get the
And
fascination
he
with it
told
either.
Alexis here on that clip was like, "Oh yeah, all inside and out and all that so stuff."
Yeah.
Like, ugh,
I'm
And
with
Jonathan was
Vanessa.
like,
Like,
ugh.
I'm
no,
with
yeah.
Vanessa. I go for a foot rub, but I
A
don't need the
foot
rest of
rub is
it.
one
Yeah, that's
That's
what
thing.
I
it.
was looking.
Yeah, but you don't need to be licking below my ankle, okay?
Yeah, I don't
uh,
even know if I want you touching my feet if you got some weird foot fetish. Like, if
Oh,
you're
okay,
upset,
Candy Love.
mhm.
okay.
Oh, she
Candy
said,
trying,
oh, you want your toes sucked? Go on, girl. Tell your
Candy
husband.
after dark.
okay, I was
Candy
about to say,
after
Jenny
dark.
Snaps is here. We could go after
Tastes like
dark.
candy.
We could go after dark if we need to.
Yeah.
Ginger
Okay.
Snaps is here. Candy's in the
No,
comments.
even though I get pedicures, but my feet is very ticklish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even when they doing my feet, I'm used
Yeah,
to it
up
now.
under
With
the
I got
bottom.
a
Me
regular
too.
lady who does my pedicure, so I'm kind of used to her. How she got gloves on too, so
Mm-hmm.
it's all she wears a mask, she got gloves, so it's all sterile. But I don't want you just putting my big toe in your mouth and all like. And I'm not sucking on the man
Ooh,
toe.
Lord.
Oh my
Because some
God,
of these
please.
men don't get their feet taken
Heck
care of,
no.
and their feet be looking like hammer time.
Yeah.
You know
I
what
got
I'm
a foot
saying?
phobia. Like, I don't like feet unless it's like a baby. Anything after that, I can't
A
do.
baby is different. The
Yeah.
infant baby. Oh, you kiss the bottom of their feet.
Yeah.
That's
Once
different.
you
Yeah.
get
Once
past
my kids
toddler
get a
stage, it's
certain
over.
age,
Once you get past the toddler stage,
Yeah,
no, because the
yeah,
feet
once
is
my
the
kids get a
dirtiest
certain age, it's
thing
like,
on
take
you.
your
yeah,
The
please.
feet is got to be one of the dirtiest things on you because you talk walking on the ground, and even if you got
Right.
on
Feet
bedroom slippers,
sweating.
your slippers get dirty. Everything
Okay. Feet
socks and
sweating in
stuff.
the
So
socks. It's just,
and
ugh.
you sweat between your toes and all
Ooh,
that. And some
Lord.
grown men do not take care of their feet.
Mm-mm.
So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, women be giving pedicures and
and they
all that.
be
Like,
having all black toenail, the toenail be got dark and all.
this was
No,
not the after dark I wanted. Like, I'm just.
no, no, we not. No, I ain't doing that. So
Shayna's like, not this.
Lonzo get he can stick his
Just ate.
tongue right in his back in his mouth.
The way they
Yeah,
were like, yeah, like, oh my God, why? Like,
they're not
please.
grown foots.
Yeah, not the grown. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Then we
by
got
the time you
Chaz.
5, please keep your feet to yourself.
Right. Yeah. After you pass a toddler stage,
Yeah, it's just,
no, no. So we got Chaz, and he's sitting there talking about he had 10 out of the 11 women. All can
Now we
all
found out who the 11th one was.
11 was
Mhm.
somebody he was messing with on the outside,
Yeah.
But now he's saying he is engaged, and he called what's her name, Vanessa, a narcissist. And I feel this is what I wrote down about him is that I feel he gaslighting women,
Yes.
and then he had a nerve to compare his dog to Vanessa's children.
Yeah.
Chaz was definitely projecting. I was like,
Mhm.
sir, even if she is at least smart enough to sit there with her mouth closed while you, sir, are not talking about I'm an artist. Sir.
Right. Yeah. If she is, we can't tell because he's worse. I'm like, you seem like
Exactly.
you're talking about yourself. And we didn't even know he had a dog. So like the last episode was suddenly he didn't like her anymore. And then it's like, oh, she don't like my dog. He didn't have an issue with her not liking the dog all the way until the end.
I know. Let me see if I did a little small clip. Let me see if it show up.
Hi, I'm
There we
Chaz.
go.
Hi, Chaz. Nice to
Okay.
meet you. Nice to meet you. Walking into the mixer, I was
You look like a
hard. I
squirrel.
was not disappointed. How are you
Yes.
feeling about everything?
I
Like a
didn't notice
squirrel.
that till just now.
I love that.
So, how many other women have piqued your interest?
I've had a connection with 10 of the 11.
Do you know that they're all insane in the process?
No, there was 11. I can't keep track of all of these women.
A lot of us are confused about what.
Yeah. I don't even just want. I just wanted to hear that because he just this
A
he couldn't even
cartoon
keep track of all the
character.
women because so he was talking to women on the outside. That's where he getting the 10 out of the 11 stuff.
But what's funny is I was thinking like you didn't connect with 10 or even 5. And then every
No.
time somebody jumps up, like Koshia was like, oh yeah, Chaz knows. And I'm like, what were you talking to Chaz? And then when he asked Patricia, like, well, who would you talk to? She's like, maybe Chaz. And I'm like, can y'all please don't give this
Hey,
man no more?
hey
Yeah.
LSW. Hey
It's like
Andre.
we don't know about,
Moochie.
or Chaz is kind of like anytime somebody says, "Hey, Chaz," like, "Oh, we got a connection, sir. What are we
Right.
doing?"
That's exactly what it is for him.
I
And
mean,
he is that good guy, but he's trash.
calling her a narcissist and
Right.
all
And
this
then when she
mess.
was like, "You can't compare your dog to my child," I know that is a touchy thing for like dog parents,
It is.
but
Mhm.
But
I
it's
mean,
still
the child,
anybody in
my
their right
child,
mind. Look, I love a dog. I don't have a dog now, but I was raised with dogs. I always
Me
had
too.
dogs when I was growing up and everything. I love a dog.
Yeah.
But however, I don't give birth to a dog, so
right?
it's a big difference. You
Right.
love your dog. The love for your dog is separate from the love of your
Yes.
human.
Right.
Let's not
So
compare
it's
it
just
to
a
my
difference.
child.
Right. I
Yeah,
had somebody, I
exactly.
did a Mother's Day shout out one year, and then I had a friend, she doesn't have children, she has a dog. She's like, and I was like, well, whatever moms, like all these different type of moms. And they were like, yeah,
Right.
Oh,
dog
look,
moms. And I'm like, you ain't what? A dog? Like, you're
I
not taking
can't
this
stand
they
child to
dogs.
have.
school
If
and
you, I don't buy cards often anymore now. But one day I was wanting to buy a card. So I was in the Hallmark store, wanted to buy like I forgot birthday or something card. They do have section, for people who were these dog lovers.
The thing
They got the
that
birthday and the mamas, for the dog, Mother's Day, but for dog, it's us. I said they taking this stuff way
I
too far.
understand the love for the dog and the dog feeling like a family member. I'm the same way. I grew up with dogs.
I
But the
love a
thing that
dog.
kills me is it's always the person that doesn't have kids,
that's
says they
it.
don't want any kids, then all of a
Right.
sudden you a dog mom. Why you gotta be a mom?
Right.
Why you can put mom on
Right.
it?
Yeah. You're a
That's
dog, you're
right.
a pet owner. I don't know.
Yes.
And it's like,
Yeah.
because I know some people, they can't have
Only reason
kids.
why I don't have a dog now because I'm
Right.
in an apartment. And I don't want no dog in an apartment. If I
Yeah,
if
that's
I
a
get a chance to move to a home, a
mhm.
house, then I'll probably get a small dog, just a little family
Same.
Dogs can
small
be a lot
dog.
of work. You got to get dog sitters and stuff when you want to go out. I mean,
I
Yep.
it's
know because
not.
one of my best girlfriends, she has two dogs, and every time she travels, she got to put them in a little doggy daycare thing and all those
Yep.
kinds.
Yeah,
It's spend
it
money,
Little
doesn't.
dog hotel.
and so
Yeah,
it's
grooming
and
them.
at
I mean, I
least
get
with
it.
children, they eventually grow up and can take care of themselves. A dog can never
Right.
take care of itself.
Right. And
Yeah.
like
So
Vanessa said, I carried you like in my womb. Like I birthed you. I literally put my life on the line to give birth to
Mhm.
you. Like
Dogs
it's
are
like I get
wonderful. They're
it.
great pets for the
Yeah.
children. They can protect the home. It's nothing like a dog. I'm not a cat person. I prefer dogs, but I'm not ever going to compare. And he was wrong for that. And
Right.
she said, "I've raised you gonna compare my children I've raised for 16 years with for your puppy dog? I mean, come on now.
Yeah, your puppy who won't even make it 16 years.
Right.
Like it's
Just
just
saying something just to
Or if
say
he
it. You
runs
just
out the
trying to
door and
find
get hit
something
by a
wrong with her.
car or something, then he gone, and then you can
what-
replace the puppy again with another one. You don't
right.
just replace kids like that,
Right.
easily. So
Once I
yeah,
carry,
I
he's
mean,
a man. I think maybe as moms we've carried children in our womb, so we know that's just a different type of. I feel like it's
Right.
disrespectful to moms to be like, "I'm a
It
dog mom."
is.
Like, okay, and you have your dog mom day and your own separate thing, but don't like
mhm.
try
I'm
to
not
be.
buying a Mother's Day card. Mother's Day is next month. I'm not buying a Mother's Day card for somebody who got because you got two dog or two or three, whatever your dog. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, I'm
But
It's
not.
not
that's
the
how you know
same.
he was reaching. Like he didn't really have no real problem with
Yeah,
her.
he
So you
doesn't
gonna
like
call her a narcissist and say you don't like my dog? Like
Right.
And what else?
He called her a narcissist, but he's really the
Yes.
narcissist, and he's
Absolutely.
gaslighting all these women,
Right.
And he
If you
does
said
look
she
like a
didn't like your
squirrel.
dog, why did you continue on? You should have ended it way back when if you had all these other connections.
Well, let's see what else he's
That meant the
saying.
world to me.
Today, I'm
We
deciding to
have
choose
to.
myself.
You know, you're not my person. And you also have an issue with my dog. And Nola's not going anywhere. I have to choose Nola. And I know you love sunflowers. But I also brought a petrified flower to illustrate that the love and care that I have for you, it's died. I see.
I would have taken them flowers and threw them right back in his face. I would have said, "Get out of here!" I would have, or even if I ain't hit him with the flower, I would have laid them on. I wouldn't care about them flowers. Like
Yeah.
you gonna give me some petrified? Get out of my face with that.
And she took them with her, and I was like,
We
why?
did.
Like,
She
why
sure
I
did
would
did.
have laid them. They would have
like,
stayed right there on the
like, why did
seat.
you leave them there with him?
I would have left them right there with them.
I'm
Absolutely.
not filling up my trash can with this.
Right.
Maybe she threw him in the trash can on the way. Who knows?
I'm not even doing it. You throw them
I
away.
wouldn't have took them. No, I'd have been like, hey,
I
here,
wouldn't have taken
take the
either.
rest of them.
And it was, all the women said that was disrespectful.
It was.
What's the girl Rashia said it was a dig. Even Mika said it was a dig. Everybody said that.
Yep.
It's like, what are you talking about?
Even Pick Me Patrice tried to. She said it was too much.
And then he when they went after they finished talking, they went backstage. He talking to Will, and he told Will she really think it's about her. It's everything ain't about Vanessa,
She only said like 2 words.
Seriously.
She barely talked, and he calling her a narcissist. How was she a narcissist? I mean, he's out his mind.
Yeah.
But now I wonder if the woman that he said he got, I wonder if it's a white woman.
Well, I told y'all last week she's I want to say maybe Asian.
Okay, I can see him with an Asian woman or a white woman. I really could. Yeah.
Before he kicked me off his personal Instagram. I want to say
and was dating her the whole time. Sounds like.
That's what it sounds like. And I'm like, if you were, they need to stop that. Like, stop allowing people. Y'all need to do it better. They talking about they do all these background checks and all this. Like, what are y'all checking for? How does somebody have a whole girlfriend every season?
Put a woman on it. We find everything out quick.
Right. And he was posting her all throughout. He couldn't even wait till the season ended to leave us in suspense. But I guess that's why he made it private so everybody couldn't see. But I'm like, I wouldn't be posting her at all, at least until the show is over. They need to do a better job with like silencing these people. They've been talking too much all season.
Right. And I had some slides of the LeBron situation, but they ain't come. Some reason they ain't come up. But anyway, LeBron said he turns up Wednesday through Sunday, like we talked about last week. I think he has anger issues. He's hot-headed. And and then after 2 or 3 weeks after the whole thing was over, that's when he hit Maya up again, still trying to proceed with her. And
she beautiful.
And I wrote in my notes she should run. I said she should run the other way. She didn't really have much to say. She just sat there and smiled with her yellow dress on. I mean, why she didn't talk?
Because she knows she's gonna sound stupid for still giving that man a chance. For what, ma'am? You just walked off the whole thing with Tommy, and you acted like you were so disgusted by him, only to turn around and still give him a chance. I wouldn't even answer your phone call.
Well, I saw someone say somewhere, that's our self Instagram, because I thought that someone said she made a comment. I don't know if it was on Twitter. Y'all know I don't get on Twitter, but she was like, she never dated him. And it's like, well, why are you on the reunion saying that you gave him a second chance? And he posted pictures of them together. Like, I wouldn't even be.
So
I'd
have been like, that's not accurate.
Wait a minute. Let me make sure I heard you. You said that they all going out there dating?
She said they never dated. And it's like, but he posted pictures of them. And all that. So I guess that's why he was so upset, because he was like, oh, we didn't date. Here goes the proof. And I'm like, why were you posing for pictures? It wasn't pictures of her. It was pictures of them too. Like, he would never have that in his phone. Don't you take no picture of me if I'm trying to sneak around with you. But
they talked about the him and the Koshia situation, but that didn't work out.
Koshia dirty.
Koshia said she glad it didn't work out. So I don't think she's mad.
He did her dirty though, because he act like he didn't really have a connection with her like that, and like his connection with what Maya was so strong when that was like a last minute
Right,
thing.
right.
He was grabbing on straws because he was
Yeah,
about to get kicked off. That nobody liked him, so
right.
he was about to get kicked. We've seen this play before on other
Mhm.
seasons when they about to get kicked off, so they just grab on anybody who. Oh, let me grab her right here and try to get with, and they don't have no connection and they don't go nowhere. But his thing, he got to. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if he's with Maya or he with Sally down the block. He got to get his anger issues under control. I think he is high headed. You see how he blew? He was
He's
blowing up at this
insecure.
reunion. He getting upset over stuff.
And
You
he treats
know,
women like possessions. Like just because you like
Mhm.
me does not mean you own me. Like they weren't even
Like
really
I can't.
dating
no,
yet.
they was just at the
I was not
club and she happened to see
interested.
somebody she knew. She probably hugged him. He probably gave her a kiss on the cheek or something, like a friendly thing. It
He
probably
feels like
was,
if he spent some
and he
money
just
on you,
blew up.
here it is. Like, okay, maybe you bought some drinks. Maybe you took me out. That doesn't mean you own me. I am not
At
Right.
yours.
all.
Yeah, not until we are solid with each other. And you still don't
Maya
own me.
just,
No, you still don't own me, but
quiet.
until we're in a committed relationship. But
Mm,
she don't know him really from a can of paint.
no.
So
She
she
don't
can do
feel like
I
she
wish.
whatever she
to
wants.
speak up. Like,
Yeah, I
no.
was just about to say that. I wish she spoke up. If that wasn't the case, then why did you
She
just let
didn't say
him run with that
anything. She just sat
narrative?
there
Right.
and she just sat there and didn't say nothing. You
Yeah, and he
know.
was acting like he wasn't really feeling Koshia, but Koshia said I didn't want him. Like I didn't even respond when he tried. So
Yeah, but he said this is at the end of the show. He said that or maybe it was doing his package, but after 2 or 3 weeks he ended up trying to reach out to. He said he was out there in the streets wilding for a few minutes
That's what he
and then
said.
then he reached out to her too. Probably after he couldn't get nobody in the club or something.
right. And who in their right mind is gonna want that? Like, oh, every time we argue, I gotta worry if you're gonna be outside acting a fool at the club. Every time there's an issue, you're gonna be in the club. Like, no, please, you're not ready.
At
Right,
all.
right. And then what about this group chat they talked about? I didn't write anything down about it. I did write group chat, but I mean, what was this whole thing? It was a group chat with William, Dom, LaRon. They were talking about the women or something. See, this
Them
is
being
another thing.
hard headed.
The men don't keep their the men stuff to themselves, and then the women
Yep.
also being that's the
Mm-hmm.
problem. So
That's what Tommy said. He's like, y'all not supposed to be talking about that outside the lounge anyway. Y'all over here,
well, who
plotting and
started it?
planning.
Who started this group chat
I
thing? I
don't
mean, who
know.
started the thing? Okay. Well, not who started
Talking
the
So
about
group
they
chat,
call
but who
around the state
started
for
the
closing it.
yeah,
Will
not
talking
who
about they want to get rid of all the guys with swag. I said this was a swagless season. Who?
Right, this season was
Who?
the worst.
oh yeah,
Where?
there's nobody was this is another thing that Will said that I guess it's in the group chat because he showed it to Tommy and Tommy read it out loud. Apparently Will saying he acted like this was a game, like just try to get these people eliminated. And Tommy said, y'all defeating the purpose of what it was supposed to be. It's supposed to be
Right.
people connecting with each other. And hopefully you get love comes out of that. He said in the other seasons, some of them people are still friends and they hang out and
Mhm.
socialize with each other.
Yeah.
And I do see
Yeah.
that on social media. When
Right.
I
Mhm.
happen to come across that some of them do still hang out and friends. Ain't same with Love is Blind. Some of them
Mhm.
people all still friends with each other. So
Speaking of Love is Blind, why is Tommy just reading the text message? Love is Blind. Can we do better with the budget? Love is Blind had the text messages on the screen so we could read them. I got to.
I don't know. I guess
What did
Own
he
ain't got the
say?
budget. I don't know how the budget. I guess I don't know. Uh, you know, I guess they don't have the budget.
Will. I'm like, y'all obviously, both of them are just, especially Will, though. Will just, because when LaRon was like, ain't your chain fake, he ain't deny it. I'm like, Will, just take it
No, he
off.
said, but I got more money than you. But I
Right.
got
Like,
more money
please
than
take
you.
it off.
What? So, but I'm
Just
telling you,
take
your
it off.
chain is fake.
Yeah, it's bad. It was real bad. I don't know what he was thinking.
Yeah, I don't know. Will is a
And it
clown
was
too.
huge. It wasn't like it was like
Yeah.
subtle. Like you got this
It
big
looked like
old
that.
Like
B,
a
chain.
CD.
it looked like that BMF chain. Okay, it looked huge.
Yeah.
Okay,
It looked like a record. It looked like a real record.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
it did.
A
It
record
did.
player.
It did. It did look like an old
Like,
LP.
what are you
That's right.
trying to advertise? I'm not buying it.
He's a real estate agent. That's
Yeah.
what he said. He said he got
Supposedly.
houses all around, properties all around.
That he's
You know,
sleeping in. Like, you couldn't buy a house for yourself?
That part.
I don't know what he's doing, but I just know that he's a clown and nobody cares about Will. It's quite a few bozos on here. we need that clown nose on a couple of these people because
Yep.
so
Yeah.
there's a
Like
bunch of them
most
that's on here
most
that's
of
clowns.
them.
So that group chat we almost got and like William said, how I get thrown into this? He said
Right.
he
Catching
didn't.
strays.
Yeah,
Right.
he was catching strays a couple of times. He was catching strays.
But that
He
was because
said,
of Chaz trying to like the way he said it when he was like, "Oh," and Vanessa was like, "And William should stay." When she explained it, it made sense. And I'm like,
it
"You just
does
trying
make
to find
sense
any way
because if
you
you were just
can."
gonna go home, then we could have kept William.
Right.
'Cause
Right.
William actually had connections with people,
Right.
So
Even though Maya was acting like she was over it anyway, and I guess everybody wanted Maya and LaRon because they neither one of them had kids, and it just seemed like it made more sense. But I'm like, y'all
Yeah.
waited to the end. Both of y'all pick. Y'all say, "Oh, I want somebody with kids." Both of y'all pick people with multiple children that don't go out.
Yep.
So don't act like this is something you want because if that's the case, y'all would have been talking from the start.
That's
well,
because
yeah.
their
Why?
pickers
If
was
you
off, but that's why I thought they came on the show. Like clearly your picker's off and you're not making good choices, and then you get on the show and don't make good choices.
if you're a single man and you meet a woman with children, you know that you can't just still. It's the whole dynamic of the relationship got to be a little different because they have
Yep.
children.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, they got to mix that up a little bit better. I mean, we
Yeah,
talked about that last week. They got to make some changes.
that was
But,
horrible. It was same thing
mhm.
like with Summer House with all those men in relationships and then single women, and then here it's like all these single
And
mothers.
that's why there are issues. That's why I did like what's his name being a little handsy, touching the women and stuff.
Right.
Nick.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
know,
Mm-mm.
so that's
I heard he's single now. Like I bet.
so that because
Okay.
he was with I
Right
thought he
here.
would have been with a white girl, but he's with a black girl. He was on the
They was
show.
acting like they was surprised. I ain't even gonna say it.
Yeah,
I ain't
I'm
gonna
gonna
say
tell you, I actually thought he was part of the community.
Yeah, that's what everybody's saying.
I didn't even know he had
That's
I
what we
heard
girlfriend.
thought he
I
was
thought
gonna
he was
say
part of the community.
season one.
Yeah, since season one, I thought he was part of the community. So I was shocked on that with him. Let me see what we got now. We got one couple did at least got somebody who fell in love. And Mika and Justin. So we got his name right this time because we kept calling him Jonathan last week. And they said they're the only couple to make it, is what I wrote. They said they in love. They both have used the L word. He met her when he talked to her daughter on the phone, and I guess he didn't meet them in person, maybe, but I guess he just talked to them on the telephone. So we'll see if it lasts. Y'all, we'll see. What y'all think? You think it's gonna last with these two? They
No.
seem like
I hope so. The kid thing is kind of shaky, but
So I don't think it's gonna
yes,
last.
because this is what he said to Tommy when he's sitting there on the sofa. He said she has 90% of everything great. So, but that 10% could ruin the relationship, though.
Yeah.
That 10% because not having kids, he can love her kids, but he's not an older man. An older
Right.
man might not want children. He's
Yeah.
still young enough to have children.
Right.
At least one.
Yeah.
She might cave in and have one, unless she had her tubes tied or something. I mean, she
Yeah,
could cave
and
in
that's
and
why
have
I
one.
think like maybe she did have her tube side, but she's like, I still don't. I was like, Will might be on to something with the tube side thing. I feel like she should have just, because on the show she was like, maybe I might. She should have been firm the entire time. It's unfair to be like, oh, maybe, and then when he's in, be like, never mind, I don't want none.
I mean, but they saying they solid with each other. They dating and they going at their own pace. And for now they dating and going at their own pace. They said the end goal is to be married.
I don't see them getting married alive. Even if
He
they
said
do,
he
he's
is
gonna
okay. And he said he is okay. I guess if she doesn't want any kids, But he said he didn't want to give everything else. I guess he likes and it works for him. He didn't want to lose her because of that part. So he said 90% is
I don't
good.
think I'm not 10. You acting kids 10%. Kids is a big deal. That's a huge deal.
It's
Like
a
you
huge
can't
deal.
like that. That's a big deal
Yeah,
breaker.
that's a
Like
big deal breaker.
you want
Yeah.
one kid, especially when he around your kids and none of his own, and you don't want any. Either she's gonna have them and she's gonna resent them because she had them, or she's not gonna have them and he's gonna be like, man, I really wanted kids. Like I just don't see how it's gonna work.
And you got to deal with the baby daddies if she got more than one. I don't know if she got one baby
Well,
daddy.
I think her daughter is like 18, so at least one of them is grown. So that's
So
probably why
maybe
she
that's
don't
the
want to
one
start
she
all
talked to.
over
Okay,
again.
so her daughter's 18. You said her daughter 18. Okay,
I
then that's the one he said he talked to on the
think the
phone.
other one is still young, but still. Right, and then so you got an 18-year-old, so she probably don't want to start all over again.
How old is the little one?
Yeah.
I think she said the little one
I
was
feel like a
6.
teenager. Oh, she got a little one? Oh, okay.
Yeah, she said the daughter was 18 and the little one was 6.
That's a big jump.
I said,
Yeah.
my kids was gappy. But I wouldn't even end up, for somebody tell me they want kids, like I wouldn't even bother because I feel like it's not fair. But I just don't want them. Like, why am I even
I was
I'm not
very
gonna
clear
waste
with
my
people. I was very clear with people. When I got my tubes burnt off and thrown in the garbage, I said, because I knew I was done with it. I only had one child. I knew I didn't want no more. And not because I don't love children. It's my situations in my life
Yeah, it's a lot.
just wasn't, I could, I didn't want to go through, that again. And I was worried that maybe I'd be a single mother again and then I had 2 different dads, and I was already still fighting and going through stuff with the first guy. So I said, I ain't want to do this again. And people kept saying to me when I turned 30, that was my birthday present to me. And people kept saying, well, what if you meet somebody and he want kids? And I said, well, I know there's still men out there who probably don't want no kids. I said, I'll find somebody who don't want no children.
Because if he's for you, then he's going to respect the fact that you don't want it.
And everybody I've dated since then, they already got their children. So they didn't want no more kids anyway. They already had children. That's
the issue.
They already had, they've been through stuff. So no, I'd rather people, somebody who's been through things so they can understand when I say, oh, my child is sick, or I got to go to the school play, or I can't go out to the movies to see Bad Boy for Life because my baby, I don't have no babysitter. You know what I'm saying? So I can't, won't you go and get dinner and bring it here, and then we can just watch movies and stuff. And that was back when there wasn't no Netflix then. It was go to Blockbuster. That was when we go to Blockbuster. Yeah, I used to have a Blockbuster around the corner from me. I said, go to Blockbuster. I don't mind cooking the dinner. You go get the movies and different things, or pick up a pizza, get Chinese food. I had to do a lot of things at home. I couldn't always go out all the time, know. So if I had a man like this guy or LaRon, they would be mad after a while. I'm like, man, I want to go out. I mean, this guy said he's a homebody, so maybe
But I was
not
gonna say, but that's why you know what you sign up for, though. Like, it's not like you're being dishonest.
No,
games. They don't live together. It's not real super serious. Like, it's all fun for now. Once it gets
right
serious,
now they just he said ain't nobody got no key to each other's house. He said he ain't doing that.
Right, he ain't even met her kids really. He's not. He
talked to them on the phone. It's not me.
Once reality sets in, then it's he sees kids all the time at work. He sees her kids, and he don't get to have none.
Talking to somebody on the FaceTime, that's not meeting them. You have to actually be with them, do things together, sit down.
Yeah, she met his dog. Like, this is not serious. So it's like, yeah, it's fine for now.
They probably just sleeping together, having a good time right now.
Because Tommy asked him several times, what are we doing? What are we doing next? Like, and they're like, we're just taking it slow. It's not going to turn anything.
Why Tommy wants them to all of a sudden going down the aisle tomorrow? Like, you should build a relationship anyway.
Yeah, this ain't that. This is not. Justin doesn't seem like that kind of guy. I don't think he's going to rush for that. So
I don't think he's a bad guy. I don't think he's bad. I mean, he didn't come off as that like LaRon and them did. He didn't come off creepy or anything. I like him. I think he was a fun guy. I think he's very laid back. He just easygoing guy. I think he's very sweet. But I just think that just enjoy each other's company.
If it wasn't for the kid thing, I would be like they'd be okay. But that kid thing is like major.
It's major. It is major. Yeah.
I don't know why she doesn't want
marriage is the end goal. I don't think so.
I don't know if she doesn't want somebody that has their own kids. Because if he had a kid, he was like, well, I have a kid, so I'm willing to sacrifice on that 10%.
Right.
That would make sense.
Yeah, because he already has at least one. If he had at least one child, yes.
Yeah.
Because then he might not say, oh, okay, because I got my child and you got yours.
Yeah, okay, it's like, all right, well, I'm willing to compromise because I have a kid at least. But even then, a lot of those guys be like, well, I want a child with my wife. I want us to have one together. Like, it's still. So, I mean, with none, I don't see that working.
I don't see it either.
And she got her tubes tied. She's gonna have to go back, get reconstructive surgery, get it undone.
Yeah, I mean, she didn't say that. She didn't say, but at least I didn't hear her say that. But if that's the case, yeah, you're right.
No, Will said
harder
that.
for the women to get
she didn't deny it.
Right.
Yeah. So, and it costs a lot of money. Once you do it, it's almost like a permanent thing because once you do it, costs a lot of money, and the insurance may not cover all that stuff. So,
yeah,
they'll cover you getting it, but not the reversal.
I
That's
remember
why.
Neil's ex was talking about it, and it's like if I came to that decision, that means I don't want no more.
No, and I was okay with my decision, and I mean, every now and then it has come. I've said, nah, man, I probably should have given my son a sibling, but then I get that as soon as I say that, it go poof, go right away. Just you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was okay with my decision because it was no, financially I was not always in a good place. So
You
we
made the
struggle a lot of the time. My son kind of got the worst of it. If I had another baby, that one would have probably been better because my financial situation,
Yeah, that's what
I
happened.
had finished school and things had turned around. But early on, no, we was robbing Peter to pay Paul. You know what I'm saying? Trying to juggle the bills and that's life. I'm keeping it real
it
with
gets even
everybody.
harder when you have
I mean,
multiple.
I ain't gonna go up here and act like I'm flexing, like I got it going on. No, sometimes it's been rough like that.
Mm-hmm.
And we know we never was on the street now eating nothing like that. But sometimes you say, well, yeah, let me see what I can pay and pay next time or make a payment arrangement on this and that. Put it, so that's how it was,
I'm gonna
and
say for me, I was like Mika, where I was fine with my one. I'm like, okay, I'm fine with my one child. I was getting comfortable. I'm like, I'm right there. Then I turned around and met somebody who didn't have any, and then I had my daughter, and now I still like. So I'll be thinking back, like, did I make the right decision? Even still, she's already here now, but I still
yeah,
Yeah.
make the
yeah,
right
I understand that.
decision. And, I mean, with
Yeah,
one,
I
it's
mean,
one thing. When you start having more than one, it's even worse.
It gets more
mhm.
expensive the more kids you have. That's what I'll be
Right,
thinking
Kids, I
like.
start
right,
getting older. I don't have
right.
the same energy I used
I
to have.
would have had to put both of them in can, both of them in aftercare, both of them in.
Because at the end of the day, the responsibility normally will fall back on the mom. And that fear
Yep.
of I don't want to be with a man
Especially
by
if you're not
myself.
in the household together, and
Yep.
if he live
At
over
any
there
given
somewhere, and
moment, the man can change his mind, and then
at
you're
any
stuck.
given time, yeah, so that's right. So we'll see. Let them. I say let them just continue to go out, go
Just
have
date,
drinks,
have
eat
fun.
dinner, have sex, do what you want to do.
All that stuff.
Don't even worry about
If
no
forever
marriage and
having
no
a tube
kids.
side, that shit gotta worry about it. Because then we
Huh?
don't know if he's not really ready. Once she already pregnant, it's gonna be too late.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, hopefully she
There
got
was
a
all
tube
this
tag, and then
baby
she don't have to
talk.
worry about it.
It wasn't a lot of married talk until somebody asked, and it was like, "That's the end goal." I'm like, that don't
Well,
really
I
seem.
know that's what I wrote down because that's what they said. No, because Tommy asked at the end, "Well, what's in the on the horizons with y'all?" And they said, he said marriage, and he said, "Yeah, that's the end goal." Yeah, but that don't mean it's marriage together. Yes,
Right.
the end goal. Yeah, yeah. One day I want to get married. Yeah, one day you. But that don't
Yeah.
mean we're gonna be together. I like that he said that we're taking our pace, not ready to love pace. We're slowing it down,
I'm
and I
like,
think
what's
that's
this
what
ready
you
to
have to
love
do.
case? Ain't nobody on ready to love been married but Clifton and Joy. So
Right.
I'm like, what's the ready to love pace?
Yeah,
The
some
ready to love
people have
pace is
gotten
great.
married, but not necessarily from the people they met on the show. They've gotten married. I've seen
Yeah.
on some of the people gotten married, but not from nobody they met on the show. Um, yeah. So I think Clifton George is the only one I can think of. I mean, I could be wrong, but I can't think of too many other people. Um, so like I said, this episode just was blah. I mean, you kind of
It was.
kind of
They
told
should
me
have.
that, Miss Kara. It
I
wasn't
did.
really. You
I
told
didn't
me
want to give it up, but I was like,
you
I'll
said
let
watch
you be
it
the
for
judge.
yourself, and I watched it. I didn't even look at it till today, and then I said,
Yeah.
I didn't
it
even
was
do my
kind.
review. So
It no, you ain't
I
miss it. It was
figured
kind of
like, well, we
wah
could
wah
always
wah. It wasn't really giving nothing,
I'm
you
like, we could
know.
always discuss what they didn't discuss because they left like so much stuff out. They left so much stuff on the table. He just let all of those men. I'm like the first half an hour. I'm like, you let Chaz skate, you let
right.
Jonathan skate, you let
And
Lamar
I didn't
skate. I
even
was like,
like how, yeah. When Alonzo, I think when they were talking about, I forgot what they were talking about. It was Chaz with the petrified flower, and Alonzo was like, I didn't think it was a big deal. And it's like, of course you
And you
did.
saw
Of
Patrice's
course you
face,
did.
Scott
Right.
saw her face
You
like
didn't think choke or spank was a big deal either. So of course here
yeah.
you come with your
It's
cape on.
something creepy about it. It's something off with him. I don't like him. I
yeah,
don't like him.
Mhm.
They said Vanessa and Dom have been dating, so I guess they still going out. But he's another. She doesn't want any more children. He's the one who wanted 10 kids.
But she told his friend when she met his friend she wouldn't mind having more.
Oh, okay, okay.
Because I'm
Oh, so
like, he said 2 to 10, but it sounded like he more so wanted a lot, not little. So I'm like, are you sure?
is he African?
Child, look, that'll all change once they get there. You be wanting what you
Because I'm
want.
gonna
As soon
say,
as you
because
get that
I
first
don't,
one,
I
you
don't,
be like,
some reason
wait,
I
that
thought he was
wait.
first.
African. Because I'm saying, because a lot of them African men, they definitely want a whole lot of
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know why I
you know.
thought he said he was some. Maybe I could be wrong, but
Yeah, everybody be like, I want 3 and 4. Like, have the first one first and then talk about it.
Then we'll revisit this conversation.
She already got a
but
16-year-old, and I think she got a 6-year-old too. Like those
she said
gappy years, I ain't
that's a
trying to.
big yeah. That's a big gap, you know. And then Will, he's Bozo the clown. He said he dating 2 girls. I ain't believing nothing he's
Yeah,
saying.
he's like, oh my god, he's a clown. Like, why
He
would
a
you even say
bozo,
that
yeah.
on
I'm not
TV?
believing nothing he's saying. I don't believe nothing with him.
No.
Lamar talking about he's still on the market, and I wrote, "Ladies, run the other way."
Of
That's
course he is.
run the other way. Put your sneakers on and
Mm-mm.
hit a
Run,
different
don't walk.
direction. And, yeah,
Don't walk.
and then William and Patricia, I guess they still communicating. They supposed to be going out on a date or something. So they still out.
And
You
I'm
know,
like, girl,
I don't know if they dating, but they still communicating and talk about going on dates.
is there no one else like Patrice? Why is there no one off the show you like? Like, why do you keep with these? You already had 2 of these men on the show, and now a 3rd one. Like, find somebody else.
I mean,
Maybe
just
she a little off. And we don't want to talk about that.
yes, true. Yeah, I don't want to
I'm
put
about
everything
it.
on the men as if the men are all terrible. Look, some of these women probably, like we've had some seasons, like the DC seasons. There was a couple of chicks on there that was not, they wasn't good. I can't remember that one girl name who used to argue with everybody. I can't remember her name now because once the show ends, I don't remember
Yeah, that's why I
nobody's
don't
name.
remember.
Yeah, once I remember their faces when I see them, but I don't remember their names.
Are you talking about Zadia, the one that was on Make a Move?
Okay, what was her name? She was a brown skinned girl. She was obsessed with this one guy she was on there with.
The one who was poking the guy in the forehead when they was eating?
That was a crazy scene. You remember that?
Yeah,
That
she
was
was on that
wild.
Make a Move. She was on the spinoff, if that's the one you're talking about.
Yes. Oh my
That might
God.
be who I'm talking. That may be who
I
I'm
was gonna
talking
say
about.
that I did watch.
Yeah, I
The
didn't watch
spinoff.
that show. Yeah. But yeah, as we've had some women on seasons that were the one in Houston. What was it? The one, the resort. Remember that one lady? It was a tall, slim woman. The
Denise.
tall,
Yeah,
slim woman. She was wild. She was.
Denise was off the chain.
And there was another lady on that same season. She was real good. Everybody liked her. The men liked her, but then all of a sudden she just snapped. She changed. What was her name?
Oh,
See,
she look
I don't
like?
remember nobody's name. I remember the scenarios.
Yeah.
Mm.
What she look
Yeah,
like?
she was a nice looking lady, but then she kind of started. She brown skin. I think she had like a short hairdo. And
Was
this
it blonde?
one guy who was like a radio personality or something, he did like her. He liked her. But then she kind of snapped on him. So some of the women ain't always been kosher is what I'm really getting at.
I know who
So
you
I
talking
always
about.
want to
She
make
got
it seem like
eliminated. I can't
the
remember her
men is
name.
trash. Some of the women ain't been good either.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Even on this season, that Alexis, and now especially now they doing these interviews and stuff. And I watched Alexis do an interview on Little Black Book's channel, and I'm like, girl,
okay.
this
So what
interview
she's
didn't
saying? What is her reason why she flipped out like that?
She tried to say she was drunk, but behind the scenes, some cast members was telling me behind the scenes what Brandy said last week about the Coca-Cola that they were trying to allege that she was doing that. I'm like, I don't know. Even if it was just drinking, I'm like, I would, But the way she was acting a little. I feel like something else was going on, maybe personally, and
She got that incredible baby.
Yeah,
she was
I'm like, you're not helping these Coca-Cola accusations, but
right. I thought Koshia had like an attitude issue going on. She was kind of snappy. She worked my nerves. I think I even said that in one of your comments one time. I said I don't like Koshia. This was early
on the first episode. She was talking about pulling Alexa's curls, and it was like she didn't even say nothing to cause you to respond that way because she doesn't like LeBron.
She wanted to she said when did she talking about she was gonna threaten to come over and slap in her face or something? Or,
I don't know.
We wanted to get it on in the ladies' lounge.
Though.
Yeah,
I wasn't mad at her about that.
It was like the Tequila and Janelle thing from last season when it was like, oh, we thought that it was Koshia, but then later on we see it's really Alexis.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So once I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, she is.
I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
Alexis was the one who was causing all the problems, though. She was going
yeah,
back feeding
her and
stuff to
Will.
Will, and that's probably how that group chat started. It was probably
Mm-hmm.
Alexis feeding stuff to Will, then Will
Yeah,
probably created the group chat with all the men, saying, "Yeah, we got to get these, we got to eliminate these people and get them," starting all this stuff. I think that's what that was.
My
So
issue with her, because on her interview, she kept talking about she had pretty privilege, and Little Black would be going in for hours on end about their childhood, what happened when they was 3. Like, please, can we move on? But while she was talking about it, she was talking about pretty privilege a lot, and I'm like, why does she keep saying this? Like, she's cute, but I mean, all the women on the cast are pretty. Like, why do you keep saying this? And I was like, maybe
that's
she.
what they gave her all her life.
Right. I'm like, because she said she was from Mississippi. Like, maybe in Mississippi, you were the prettiest. Then you come on here and there's other pretty women as well. And now you feel like you got this competitive spirit. So you want to be starting these group texts and all this childish stuff. Like, this is silly. I feel like they always been doing that on Ready to Love, but Lauren was like letting it be known, like we were really here playing the game, and it's like it just got to be too much. Like there's no love or nothing. Like we don't even have friendship.
I said this for a long time though. I think that's why I didn't watch last season. I had to just take a mental break. I said this show now it's not about no love at all. It stopped that a long time ago. It's just a game now. It's a game show.
Yeah,
So
same with
that's
Love is
unfortunate.
Blind. Yeah, we get
yeah,
like
Love is Blind. Yeah, the first season, Love is Blind, they had nothing to go on, so everybody probably was doing whatever they do. But by the time you got past season 2 and until 6, everybody they all playing games. They
all of these days. He
in
married at
season
first
6.
sight.
Everybody is a social media star now. Season 6, everybody
Right.
doing
Oh,
podcasts
yes.
and
I
every time
even saw the Golden Bachelor. Then the Golden Bachelor,
they
they
getting
just
a divorce.
yeah. I'm like, didn't y'all just end
Yeah, I
last
saw
week?
that.
I didn't even watch that show, but I knew who
I
he
didn't watch it
was.
either. I was
I knew who the guy was just from the seeing on
right.
social media. But then I see
Me
they were
too.
sitting down talking to somebody on
They
Good
getting
Morning
divorced
America.
after
They getting
3
divorced.
months. Like, just get it annulled.
Yeah,
But
and what's the reason they getting a divorce?
But I'm like, now it's like, because everybody's like, all these people say, like, get older people, these people too young, immature. And I'm like, the people they pick of any age are all immature. Y'all done had a whole Golden Bachelor with people that's 75, and they still getting divorced after 3 months.
Damn, it's no hope then, y'all. It's no
Like,
hope.
I was gonna say, yeah, uncle, I give up.
Oh yeah,
Amen.
Miss Carrie, you just throw your hands up like I'm done with
I
it.
just give up.
Oh, Lord.
You can't
Just
have
go and
nobody
get,
from no age,
just go and get you a dog, and then this girl.
right?
Yeah,
That's
I
what I
mean,
said
yeah,
I was gonna do. I said when all my kids get out the house, I'm just gonna get me a dog, and that's just gonna be me and my dog.
And the men always be like, you're gonna be alone with cats. Like, why are y'all acting
That's
like
okay,
that sounds peaceful, actually. I don't know why you're
right?
acting like that's some kind of
yeah,
negative thing. Like, okay.
yeah. I mean, I'm not a cat person, but I understand whatever kind of pet that makes
Right.
you happy. You gotta do that.
Or
So
don't get a pet. It's like, oh, you're gonna be by yourself, like, or deal with this. I'm fine. No, thank you.
yeah,
I'll
because
take the alone, thanks.
it's a lot of pee pee and boo boo in the dating pool for real.
Oh, yeah, because
Yeah.
why are you gonna be with somebody and then you're gonna go through stress and then feel like you're alone? Like I'm not gonna be in a relationship and feel like I'm alone. I might as well just be alone.
That's what
without all the
and
drama.
I know and I know I'm flipping over to something else. You don't watch Love DC thing, but did you saw that reunion, Miss Kara? That's what Ashley said. She said she felt like a single married mom.
Yeah.
So
and then Tina said that on Huntsville.
and that happens a lot with
Yeah, it does.
mothers. Yeah. I think my mother went through that with my dad.
Yeah,
so
I
I
hear
think
a lot
that
of
happens
married
a
women
lot.
say that.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Especially
That
on
the husband is
TikTok.
that the husband is just like providing, but he's not, doing anything
He's
else.
not emotionally there, nothing cut off, really. Pretty much.
When Tisha used to say it on Huntsville that first season or two, I used to get so mad. Like, girl, don't you compare being married and then feeling single to being a single mom? Like, I felt disrespected. But now I'm like, I get it. Because some women are in the house who literally aren't doing, they're not even
No, because if
providing.
he's working long hours and then when he get off work, he hanging out with the boys at the cigar bar and all, and then if you don't show up, and I'm not talking about Marceau particular, I'm just talking about any of these men that and I'm talking about even real life. They hang out, they doing it, or even they come home, they checked out. They watching the ball game, whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then you just checked
they'll
out.
sit there and watch you. So they see you doing everything, and they're just
Yeah,
sitting there.
cooking and cleaning, doing the homework, all these
And that
kind of
would
things.
drive me
You
crazy.
might be working, providing financially, and then this man is sitting there. So it's like,
and then be like Dr. G and don't take out the trash. Come
right?
on,
Don't do
man.
nothing.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
You
you ain't
ain't,
going to the kids' game. You ain't
you
doing
know.
nothing. So if I'm
If
showing
you're not home, I can
up,
take out the trash. But if your fat ass sitting on the sofa, get up
right,
and take out the trash. You can
right,
vacuum.
Right?
You can do something.
right.
One little thing helps take something off my plate. You know?
Exactly.
I feel like a
God.
I'm
lot
an
of things.
advocate for that. Like, it doesn't have to be traditional, but whatever you're good at, anything you could do to take something off my plate, by
Some
all
men are
means.
just like I know we done switched over this. We I guess we done with this right. But like with Eugene on Married to Medicine, right? He does the cooking.
Right.
So if some men are
What
better
doesn't Eugene
cook
do?
than the
He
women,
does
so he
all.
do the cooking. Then that means that Toya should be vacuuming, dusting,
Right.
doing
Toya sit
something.
down and drink her wine. That's it.
I know she ain't doing. She probably got
Get
a
somebody else to
housekeeper.
do it. I'll pay somebody to do it.
She probably got a housekeeper. Yeah.
Toya ever lose Eugene, girl? I'd be like, girl, you got to be the biggest fool.
No, yeah, if she mess up that bag, some
Yeah,
woman gonna grab that up so fast.
Oh, quick, fast,
But
in
they
a
be
hurry.
snatching up Dr. G. Imagine Dr. Eugene. He worked 12-hour shifts and then come home and cook.
He
And
makes
all
really
I do is drop the kids
he
off.
make decent money, and you know, and he caters to her and everything. Yeah,
Right,
so
Yep. And I was gonna say, and you gonna let me be an equal too? Like,
right.
oh.
He's taking out your tracks. When she has a complaint, she doesn't have to say it over and over again. She don't have to nag him. I want to go on dates.
Yeah, because
But
Dr.
then
G be
he
walking
says,
past the kitchen like, I'm hungry. You just walked
and
past the
he's
kitchen.
always
Sir.
in there cooking, always
right,
chopping up an onion or a carrot or something. He's always
Yep.
in there doing so. No, that yeah, she that's so that's the thing is that it's. I'm
yeah,
not saying
most
women
women
should
don't get that.
settle, but I mean, sometimes you can't complain about every little nook and cranny.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
think the thing
No,
is, a lot of those single mother or married married women who feel
it's
single,
a lot of it's a lot of them, and I
when
ain't
they
talking
like
about
when
no
a man
reality show stuff. I'm talking about real life. It's a lot of single
yeah,
married moms.
Mhm.
That's
yeah,
a real thing.
because I guess people get praised when a man does something. Like, oh, the man picked the kids up from school today. It's like, well, just be glad you got a man that did something. It's better than nothing. And it's like, well, no,
Yes,
I'm
but
not going to give
no.
you praise for doing what you should do.
And saying
Exactly.
that they're babysitting their kids. I'm like, this is your
Right,
children. You're not babysitting. It's not like you babysitting the person
Mm-mm.
around the corner's children.
right,
No, these are your children. Take them
right.
to the park. Take them to swimming lessons,
Yeah, just
tennis
do
lessons,
nothing
all the
wrong.
little things we signed them up for. You know, I
Right.
used to
My
sign my
son
son up
said
for
he didn't even
everything to
take
keep
his
him
son to
busy.
get a haircut. Like, why am I taking our son to the barbershop? You don't want to bond with him?
I've done it. I've done it. I mean, I'm not gonna take away from his father that he didn't do it, but I did a few times, but his father would do that, you know. I give him that. He at least
There
do
was a
that.
point in time I was doing it, and I had to be like, I had to put a stop
I've
to it.
been in the barbershop. I've been in
Like,
there. I've
why
been in
am
there.
I doing this? You do it.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
not
trying
no
to think it
problem.
was somebody.
I was gonna say I'd rather not. I have to take my kids, and I'm not a fan of it. Look, now I'm getting my own haircut, but it's like, it is what it
Don't
is.
have barbershop for a woman. Women don't like to go there.
Nope.
So we shouldn't be put in a position where we have to go there when you have a fight, especially if I'm married to you and you in the house. Like, you're
Yeah,
not
it's different.
in the
Yeah, I mean, and I'm really talking about when they're married in the house, not
house.
when you got to wait for him to come on his visitation day and all
Mhm.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
But when they in the house and y'all sharing the same bed and all that and stuff,
right.
why are you, why am I taking them to the barber shop? Why am I taking that to truck? Why am I shoveling the snow outside? You know
Right.
And
what
I don't be
I'm
want to
saying?
be. I don't be want to be in that
Unless
space.
I want to do it. Unless I want to
Yeah,
go
you
out
Yeah.
there
don't
and
want to
do it.
do it.
Yeah, like my mother would go out there and we would do it sometimes as a family. As a kid, I put my little Charlie Brown boots on and I'd be out there shoveling. But after a while, I
Mhm.
had to do it when it wasn't like I wanted to. They were like,
Right.
Right.
get your ass out
Yeah,
here
it's
and
your
stuff like
chore
that.
now.
Yeah,
But
but,
I'm like,
but it's a difference when you
I'm not
know.
doing it if I got a man in the house. Like, I shouldn't have to. Why are you
Yeah,
watching?
unless I just
Why
want to
don't
go
you do
out there and be doing and we doing something together. I ain't got no
it?
issues with the
But see,
once
they'll
you
do it
know.
like, oh, I
I'm
cut the
talking
grass.
about because the guy don't want to go. He laying up and
Right.
drinking coffee and snow is covering over my car and I can't get out the
Right.
driveway.
They'll watch
You
you
know,
do it. Or then they'll be like,
it's men
I
like
cut
this.
the grass, I shovel the snow. And it's like, okay, but I'm doing
Oh,
everything else. If I'm
the-
cooking, cleaning,
and I
washing,
know how to do all that because I didn't have no brothers, and my dad made me and my other two sisters learn we cut grass. I mean, he shows
Mm.
how to change the tire and all that. But yeah, I know how. I was taught to know how to
Right.
change the
yeah, I
tire.
don't
But
do it.
I have not. I ain't doing that.
Yeah, I'm not
No,
doing it.
like, if you
And
got a man,
honestly, I don't know how to cut grass. I'm gonna be honest. I know I would have to pay somebody. I don't know how to do it.
yeah,
I'm
Yeah,
yeah,
not
I'm
you
not
doing
know,
cutting no
it.
grass either.
no, and
I'm not.
and the
I'm
older
not
you
giving
get,
it
you
to
definitely ain't trying to do it.
I'm not doing it. Because I
Yeah.
feel like at this point, my ex was like, "Oh well," he's like, "I'll show you how to do it." So, no, so I can be doing it. You do
You
it. You
know,
see,
No, I'll buy the lawnmower, but you do it. You know what I'm saying?
and I don't mind a lawnmower.
Uh,
That's your task. That's your duty. If you want me to be cooking and stuff, then you do
mm,
it. I'm
yeah.
fine with you
Go to
doing
Home
it.
Depot and buy a lawnmower and do it.
Right.
Or if you
I
don't
don't
want to do
know
it,
nothing about
then
low.
he need to pay a lawn service for me to have
there
it
you
done.
Right. Yeah,
go.
paid lawn service.
Either you do it, or you
Mhm.
pay somebody else to do it. As long as you
Yeah, I
don't look
don't
at
care if you
me.
pay for
No,
convenience.
I'm sure you're looking at me. Yeah.
Yeah, don't
And
look
I
at
was
me.
taught to know how, but that's not the point. I'm glad
Yeah.
my
Right.
father taught us these things to make us independent, me and my sisters. But
Right.
but still, that doesn't mean I want to do it. So
Yeah.
because when we were kids, we was forced to have to do it. Come on,
Yeah,
get
I have to
outside,
do that.
get the trash bags, rake the leaves, and all that.
Yeah,
We
even
had
when
no
my brother
sons.
left, I still didn't have to cut no grass.
My
Thankfully,
father didn't
now
make
I
us
have
do
to
all
go
that
out
stuff.
there and rake leaves and pick up the sticks and the rocks so he can mow the lawn and
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
those things.
I used
But
to have to do
not
it.
mowing no lawn.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
doing
Oh,
that.
I used to have to do that too. I used to do it. I mean, I don't hate mowing the lawn, but I mean, if somebody else could do it, let them do
I'm
it.
not doing. I'm
You
not
know?
going. Why am I not
I mean,
high
I was
key?
gonna
I'm
say,
just
I
trying to
mean, if
cut
a
my. No, I
woman
shouldn't do it.
if a woman wants to do it and she likes to do it,
Yeah.
then
Yeah, if
more
she
power
likes
to
doing
you.
it, yeah, because there's some women who
But
are
I don't want to.
handy, people like they go
Right.
out in the garden and do all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, I
And I
don't.
ain't
Hmm.
I'm
taking
gonna
away from those
green
that know how to do it.
thumb. And I mostly hear
My,
women say, yeah, they like the garden. Like I
well,
don't
my
want to
mother
be out
used to do the
there.
garden. We used to have
Yeah,
a
like
garden in our
splitting
backyard. My
grass.
mother did gardening.
Yeah,
She grew all kind of fruits and vegetables and stuff
I'm
back in the
pulling
day.
weeds. Like I don't want to do that. Like I don't want to do
Yeah,
that. I'm not
yeah,
doing
yeah.
that. I don't want to do
Well,
that.
I mean, especially unless that's what you like to do. So I don't want to take away from the
Right.
women who want to
Yeah.
do it. You want to
You
Right.
like
paint
to
the
do
house
it,
and all that,
have
then
it.
keep doing it.
Right.
But I'm saying it's a lot of the times that women are the single men. Like we talked,
Right.
like I just said, marriage, love and marriage, DC, Ashley and Quick. Quick that is never home. He's always working, and she's doing everything. So
Yeah, 'cause
the
my
men
friend
don't
was
even
saying
go to the children's recital and the
Yeah.
baseball games and
Because if
my
they
friend
basketball
are
was
games.
paying
saying
for
something.
everything,
I'm trying to think. Was it take out the garbage? Because I don't take my kids take out the garbage. I ain't taking out no garbage.
yeah.
And I was like, girl, then I said, wait a minute. Is it like, do you want to? Because if you want to, like, I'm sorry, have it. Like,
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Like, I don't want
yeah.
to offend. I just
right,
don't want
I
to.
can't take the garbage. I do it. I
right.
mean, but when my son
I
is
can. I
around,
just don't want
hey,
to.
don't forget the
Yeah,
garbage.
right. If my son is
Yeah.
around
But
or
if he
doing
ain't
something,
home, I'm not gonna let the garbage fall all out and be stinking
yeah,
and all that. I got to take it out.
Right.
So that's
right.
the difference between yes, I can do these things.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm not one. I'm not uh some person who cannot do it. I can take care of
Right.
myself, but I just think that's some things
I'd
men
rather
should be
not.
doing.
Right.
You know.
Especially when you think about it, because it's like most of the time the mothering, the parenting falls on the mom. A lot of those things fall on the mom. So like why not do those things if you can make it a little easier and lighten my load? If I'm spread thin, how is that good for your children? Because if I'm doing
And you still expect me to work a full-time
you.
job.
working full time when we do all these things, and then it's like God forbid you leave some dishes in the sink overnight. It's like, well, I'm doing everything. Like then you have to always feel like
What are
I'm
you
doing.
doing?
Then it goes. Then it's like, what do I need you for? They
And
want
what about these old school men who want a full course meal from the appetizer down to the dessert every night, fresh,
yeah.
homemade
Get somebody
biscuits,
else.
homemade this and that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
No,
And then
Get
don't even
somebody
buy. They
else
want
to
you to
do
buy
it.
the groceries with your money. Like no. Mm-mm.
And I'll cook like 4 or 5 nights a week, but I'm not cooking 3. Like we're
Yeah.
talking
No.
one meal.
Right.
Like
Yeah. I
yeah,
cook some
yeah.
dinner a few
But because
nights.
ain't gonna be no 16 courses. It's gonna be
because they was used to like how their mamas and grandmamas was back in the day.
yeah.
But see, a lot of them didn't have to work. The dad,
Right. Yeah, they're not
cost of
working.
living wasn't this high back then, and then
Right.
some
My
of them didn't
father
have to
pulled that
work,
on my mother. My
and they
father
didn't
pulled
have
that
to
on my
work.
mother till she asked my grandmother. My grandmother's like, I didn't know. Absolutely did not do that. I was
Mm-hmm.
Your mother should have known your
at
grandmother
least
wasn't doing it. My mom wasn't cooking like that.
Now, I mean, my mother did, but
she was cooking, but I think he
she
was
still
like so
worked.
specific, like, oh, I gotta have 2 fresh vegetables or some weird, ridiculous shit like that. By the time we
Yeah,
came, that was over. I was
yeah,
what?
yeah.
Yeah, I'm not.
And my mother did. She worked and then also too, she stayed. Well, she definitely worked with my older two sisters, and then she
Mhm.
stayed home with me for a little while. If she was a stay-at-home mom, but then by the time I got to high school, she went back because she said no. I guess she wanted to stay home with all the children, but sometimes you had to work.
Yeah.
So with
Right.
me, but
Right.
by the time I'm the third one, so she said no, I'm gonna stay home for a little while. So she was home for me from elementary to the end of middle school age. By the time I
Mhm.
went to high school, my mother went back to work because she probably the older two are grown now,
Right. You were
and
older.
the oldest one had already left the house. I didn't got no. I've got to high school. I think then the women should go then because she probably said, "Look, I want my own money. I ain't got to keep asking him
Right.
for
Yeah.
something."
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a good thing she did. Because sometimes stuff don't work out. So
Yep.
and you got to have
Yeah.
your own little coins. So
Right. But
so
it's like
yeah.
if I am working and now these men, I mean, in this economy, most people can't afford to be in like a one income situation. And women are out earning, especially black women are out earning like our men. So it's like most of the time they can't. So then don't be looking at me to do all of these things and not even want, you see me struggling and not even want to try to help
Because
out.
everything keep going up but your paycheck. Okay.
Right. And
The
it made more
food
sense
going
for
up,
them.
the housing going up, everything's going up.
Cooking made more sense at the time. It was cheaper. It made sense if you have, especially have a large. Now it's the same price. So it's like, well, why?
Mhm,
I'm about to be.
mhm.
It don't matter either way. It's the same. If I buy the food and then someone else cook it, or if I cook it, it's gonna cost the same now.
Yeah, yeah. Even if you right,
You
you
know,
better order. If you order DoorDash, it's the same as buying a
right?
whole thing of groceries. Yeah,
I
and
done
then you
bought
still
a
got to
family
go home and cook
meal
all.
somewhere and then bought and looked at how much it would be to buy the same meal and it's the same price. If I don't feel like it today, I'm just not doing it.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So I mean, well, we'll see. I'm curious to see whether or not down the line, if we'll find out if these two gonna still be together. Because
Well,
Yeah.
you by the time
I'm
that comes,
curious about the
stop
I'm
caring.
curious about the baby part though. That's what I'm saying. Like
Yeah,
6 months from now, will they still be together? I'm curious on that.
Yeah, I give
I
him
think you're
another
right.
6 months.
I give him a year.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
year. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
A year. I think they'll stick out for a little while, but
Mm-hmm.
after a
Yeah,
Yeah,
while,
like you
I
said, they're
don't think
not that serious.
he's in no rush to have children. But I'm just saying,
I
but
don't think so
if
yeah,
either.
yeah, right now I
I
don't
don't
think
think
he's in
you're
any
right.
rush. So it'll probably just be that continue to date for a while.
And
But
he
if you
shouldn't
talking
be in
about
no rush talking about he want his alone time or his quiet
Right.
time or whatever the hell he said he want. You
yeah,
shouldn't want no
well
kids.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he
Yeah.
works with you, so he probably feel like I see kids all day, so I'm
Yep.
fine.
That's true. So he actually it might work out because maybe by the time he probably don't want no other children. He's a PE
Well, he
teacher, right?
said
What he
he
said?
wants children though, so because if he said he didn't want none, then I'd be like, okay. But he said he
That
wanted
he
some,
said, yeah, that he wanted. Yeah, he did. Yeah.
I'd be
so if
like,
Well,
he
I
we
need
need
telling
you
to
to
me,
sit down and reflect on that. Do you want them because that's what society tells you that you want them? So you want them. Think about that and get back to
his
me.
mom
Like,
telling him, I want some grandbabies. That's what his
yeah.
mom.
I
Yeah.
think he actually does want them because I feel like if you with other people's kids all day, then you might want your own. I think he does want them. He just don't want them at this moment. But when the moment
Child.
comes and her tubes are still tied, if they are tied, then what are we gonna do here?
Yeah, I wish she had told us one way or another. So we just speculating. We don't know. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like she didn't deny it because if they weren't, I would have been like, no, they're not. Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
She didn't say anything, then I feel like that's a confirmation for me.
She was
but she
like,
been adamant since episode 1. I don't want
that
no
she
more
didn't want
children.
them.
She was adamant. So
Yeah,
it was.
Till we got to the end.
why did he just make like where would he get that from? So I feel like nobody would just come out of nowhere and say that if he ain't hear it from somewhere.
He said that she got 90% of it right. So, but that 10% could be a
When
major.
Will said her tubes are tied, he had to have gotten that from somewhere. Nobody would just say that. Like you had to have
Yeah,
heard.
they probably see you. It's y'all was talking about this earlier. It's conversations behind the scenes that we
Yep.
don't
Mhm.
see, you know,
Yeah.
or they don't talk about. So I
And
don't
she said
know.
it in front of the women
And
and
Tommy
Alexa.
just skate over everything. I'd have been like, wait, hold on.
Yeah.
No,
Are your
Shannon,
tubes
what was the
tied?
stuff you said that was behind the scenes that you were seeing on social media?
Oh yeah.
What is
Oh
that
Lord,
stuff?
this guy's a chatting the whole season. I can't. I gotta remember it all. LeBron, I know he was. I think they just had a party, And I saw it like with the guys, and that's why I saw it with Lamar was like he don't regret nothing he did. He said he wouldn't change a thing. Like you wouldn't.
I knew he
After
wouldn't.
watching yourself back, you wouldn't
Nah,
He
change.
kind of said that at the reunion, though. He
he's
was
a
like, I guess I
narcissist
could
too.
tweak a couple of things. You ain't
Yeah, he's a
tweaking
confident,
nothing.
but at the party he was firm. Like I wouldn't change nothing. Like why didn't you just keep that same energy at the reunion? But I mean, they all Alexis was. They was up there talking about the women was talking about dinners that happened, and people sending me screenshots. I'm like, I don't even know what's going on. Like,
And you know, they didn't talk. They didn't talk to your guy, the guy you interviewed, the Monte or whatever his name was.
And but the funny thing is, they did. I saw on the same on YouTube channel on that same video that I saw because I saw and I did a little short where April was like getting smart with Lamar. And that same scene, they did talk to him and the other one, the Patricia, who got eliminated the first
And
time.
they just cut their scenes out.
I'm like, y'all think people are gonna go to YouTube to look for this? They're not.
Y'all should have gave us that and kept all that shit with Glenn. Right. Excuse my French.
They could have took that whole foot fetish part out.
That too.
Put that in there.
There's two pieces.
Yeah, that whole thing, and then the whole. It was something else. They stayed on too long. I forgot what. The group chat thing. They could have took that out.
Right, because
that went on too long.
Right, we didn't get to the bottom of nothing with that.
I just thought it was funny that Will was talking all that cash-ish, and then I was like, not you talking cash-ish, and LeBron pulled out the receipts on you and handed them to Tommy. Right. I said, oh, whoop, there you go.
I know, but it's kind of fun because Will was like, he pulled out some, I guess, when I saw, because Lil Black Book, Kojo on his channel been doing interviews, and I didn't watch that one with Will because he was getting on my nerves. I couldn't get to it, but they said in the comments, like, he had pulled out receipts. So I'm like, well, what receipts did he pull out on this interview? Why didn't you pull it out on the reunion where it counts? Everybody's not watching these interviews. Like, why did
no, not everybody. Yeah, and I'm not spending all my time when they come across my YouTube recommendations or Instagram. I'll take a little peek, but I'm not just typing. Let me see LaRon and looking him up. I'm just not looking him up. And
I tried to watch Kojo last night when he was saying something about Ready to Love, but then he started talking about the women, and I was like, Yeah. I said I was going to come back when he had the panel up there so I could get a couple of different opinions. I was like, what's no, we're not about to do this.
Yeah.
Because he was saying something like Chaz and Vanessa are mirrors of each other. I was like, how so?
Yeah, I didn't get narcissist vibes from.
Yeah.
Was he
right watching the same show? Because
I don't know.
She was very quiet. She barely talked all season.
Right. Like I said, if she did, I can't remember because he was so bad that it was just like now I can't remember.
No, Chaz was bad. Yeah, he was bad.
And then like his
he was just quiet and a little like reserved, a little like stuffy and stiff. Because even with the whole Lamar thing, she was like, "No, I'm not skinny dipping." And I was like, "That's all right. Stand your ground." Like
I would have been saying the same thing. So I'm like, if I gotta go, then.
And I didn't think Chaz was that bad at the very, very, very beginning, but then as time kept each episode, just got worse and worse for him.
In the beginning, I was fine with them, but then
but it just got worse. After especially by the time they went on that trip.
I feel like her and most of the women tried to hold it together because they had kids, so they didn't want to be TV acting kind of. So I feel like they was pretty pulled together. Most of the women, now the men was a whole different subject.
Okay,
well, JB talked about it on his live because he was like he doesn't think Vanessa's gonna be because I was like I want Vanessa to check Chaz and he was like he don't think she's gonna be like cussing them out and doing all that and I'm like you don't have to do all that to get somebody
classy.
All right, like you don't gotta go gutter and like get down on the ground with him to let him have it. The way she handled it, he made himself look crazy.
Yeah, because she surely was like,
no, but she didn't even answer him.
That flower didn't land like you thought it was going to. I said,
yeah, and she just ignored him after a while. She just let him. She just ignored him.
Right. But with her
personality, she kept her composure. Because if you call me a narcissist, I'd have been like, take a look in the mirror. Like at the very least, take a look in the mirror. Thank you.
He wants that rowdy reaction. That's why it's not even.
I know. That's what he wanted.
Exactly what he wants. So he could be like, see, I told you.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
She's trying to start her own YouTube channel, and I'm like, she wasn't memorable for me. Like, I'm not gonna remember her after this, so it's not gonna. It's like she didn't do anything that would make me want to go watch her channel.
Oh, I'm gonna go look.
Well, let us know what you find.
I'm gonna go look and be nosy.
Which so So which y'all thought the rating of the whole season? I mean, you know, 1 through 10 or A B C D E F or whatever. Which y'all think?
I would say a
6.5. Oh,
Like a
okay.
5. I was gonna go with that too.
5.
Yeah.
Okay, so look, I went high. I gave it 6.5.
Well, see, but that's because me and Inga been watching from the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
from the beginning to now, no.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
some of
mean,
the
Yeah,
look,
it's just a
6.5 ain't
5.
that high either. It's just
I
higher than
mean,
the 5.
okay, at the most 6, but that's just
Yeah, okay.
still
I don't know. That's just
yeah.
kind of because that's
Yeah,
Rhonda.
it was just like a C or something or whatever, you know, C
That's way
minus or something.
generous. I'd give it a D. And then Lamar
Yeah, so
was going around saying he carried the season on his back, and I'm like, this was to
okay,
me.
you know something. I'm done. I'm done. I'm
And was
done.
like,
I
I'm
don't.
clocking out.
Yeah. After
Enough
these,
is enough.
after we shut this thing down, I'm never thinking about him no more. I'll
Right. I'm
probably
like,
forget
you
everybody's
carried the
name after
season
this.
on your back. Because then he was like, oh, yeah, the show's about to get cut off, and they got the Philly season because of me. And I'm like, this was the worst season, in my opinion. To me,
I
this was
have
the
not
worst.
watched
Wait a minute, you
one
thought this was
interview
worse
or
than
one post.
Miami was crazy, and so was DC had some
Yeah,
real crazy.
DC, when Potomac was
They
pretty.
had two back-to-back DC ones, the
Yeah, they
DMV.
was pretty. That was pretty bad, but this was worse. I think this season, even last season, was like. I think
But
this
what
was.
about what about the Miami? I think they did them twice, right?
They do
You
all
like last season better than this season?
every season. They do the same city twice. I like last season. I don't know. I don't like. I think this season had more going on, but this season was just so petty. Like it just was just getting old. Like the little
I think it's
game.
getting old. So is it time to cancel the show and move on? And
No, no, no. I don't think
No, everybody just needs to revamp.
yeah, they need a revamp.
I think
See,
it's
everybody's
revenge.
like cancel it. This is the only all black. Even though the men, because they be getting off the show and don't be with no black women, and I don't like that.
Chaz.
And he ain't the first.
I
He is.
think
I'm
Chaz,
not.
yeah,
I'm
Chaz,
sure he's
I
not.
know he ain't want nobody black. I
Because I
know
He
can't
that.
ain't
remember.
the
Was
first.
it somebody from last season too? I don't know. Somebody they was like, well, why would you go on a black dating show if you didn't really want a black woman? I can't
It
remember.
was one season. I want to say. I think it was one of the DC seasons, and when they was bringing on the exes, and he brought on his ex, and she was a clear woman, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, why are you on here? Because then the show ended, and he got with more women that he prefers. So
Yeah, I
I'm
was
like,
gonna say, which is fine. It's just the wrong show for you.
yeah,
That's
don't go
all.
on this show. Like it's not fair to the women on the show.
Okay, so you didn't like the season when of DC when with Clifton and Joy? That season? That was when they had a lot of controversy, you know, a lot of back
Yeah,
and forth on there.
I
There was
like
argument going on.
I liked them all the way till the end. I didn't like how they were treating Dakia. That's yeah, Dakia. I didn't like how they were treating her. By the time the reunion came, I didn't like them anymore. I liked all the other seasons better. Even Miami, I liked every season better than Dallas. I didn't like Dallas at all.
No, I didn't like this season. This their first time in Dallas or second?
Second, because they did it last season
Oh,
too.
last year was that okay? I didn't see last year. That's the only one I didn't see.
Yeah,
Well,
mm,
well,
the ones was
they
better.
got to think. Hopefully, Philly maybe be better,
Shake
but
it up.
Right.
they need something. I'm tired of
That's
the
what I was
same
like.
way of
Last
doing
week
things.
before y'all cut it off because people getting tired.
Philly should be good. I just hope they listen to some of our suggestions and not the outlandish ones. Because sometimes they listen to the stupid shit and just give you the drama. Like listen to the real, like give the show some credibility, some relationships. Like listen to the good ideas.
The only thing I think that everybody collectively is agreeing on is the way they're doing the elimination process. Like, if nothing else, why are y'all not changing this? They done switched it up and bought in extra people and all this stuff.
I don't like them
wild
eliminating
cards and
somebody soon as you meet them. Oh,
yeah,
hey, how you
first
doing? What's
day,
your name? Oh, my name is Sally. Oh, what's your name? Bob. Okay, well now
right,
we're eliminating you. You know what I'm saying? We don't
Right?
even know you. You know, we
right.
just
I
For
didn't
that,
like your purple dress. Let's get rid of her. Ooh.
and then
yeah. How you like her shoes? How you like how her shoes look?
that second mixer, it was a men's time to eliminate, and we know they was all sorry. And it's like, oh, the one they eliminated, Patricia, it was like, oh, well, she's not opening up. She doesn't want her toes sucked. Get her out of
She
here.
don't even know. And she said at the end. Oh, she said that at the end of this thing. She
Child,
said,
that would have been
"I
me because I'd have
called
been
it."
like,
Each
all of
one
this
of these
sexual
men.
talk, I don't do all of
I
that.
don't
So
like
I'd
it.
have
I
been
don't
like,
like
get the
it.
toes out of my face. And they'd be
Right.
like, nope, get her
Yeah.
out of
No,
here.
that's not how we're gonna start the conversation. Like, first of
Yeah.
all,
No.
how
I
you
don't.
doing? You know, where you from? Where you grow up? There's other things you can talk
Right.
about.
That was one of the
Sucking the
things I don't like
toe
about this season too,
and
is they was
skinny
having a lot of
dipping and
like
all that.
sexual conversations too early,
Yeah.
if you ask me.
Even and this not even I can't even just fully blame the men. They were playing the little games they made them play. All the questions were like when it was a women's turn, it's like, oh well, what like try to guess the women get to know them. But when it was a man, it was everything was sexual. Oh, he likes to have threesomes and all that. Like I don't need to know that today. Like I just met you. Like why are we talking about this?
Right. We don't even know. I don't even know if I'm even talk to you after this. So
Right.
Right.
Because in real life, if I was on a date with a man and you already, I'm sitting down like, oh, we butter and bread and you talking sexual, I'm like, wait a minute, like I'm about to end this. Because
Check,
what do you
please.
how
right.
did you even
Give
think
me,
to talk to me?
give me a little doggy bag, please. I'm
Like,
taking
my
my steak and
deal.
potato home.
Like,
Right.
it's fine.
Hmm.
You know what? I get my own. It's fine. Like never mind. Like, because why do you think you
Yeah,
can talk?
that's a turn off too early.
Yeah.
I don't care
There
if it's
you
a
go.
show or not. Like, y'all can do that later on down the line. Y'all get around
Right.
episode 5 or 6 or somewhere when we start to get to
Yeah,
know people.
not
But
the
off the
first.
back, I'm like,
They just walked in,
Right.
shaking hands, getting a drink, introducing each other, and then you want to talk about, well, if you Lamar, if you want to go skinny dipping, would you go skinny?
Right. And
Like,
it's like, oh,
no.
let's play a game.
And
Who do you think
Vanessa
likes
said,
to have
Vanessa and
threesome?
Rashia said, no, we wouldn't do that. No,
And I think
you
some of
know.
the women were playing the game because even with that question, Rashina was like, "No, I wouldn't do it." And then he was like, "Oh, so if I was like, let's skinny dip in the pool right now," she's like, "Maybe I would." And I'm like, "See, now the women are saying they want to do things, like saying they want to have kids when they don't, saying they want to skinny dip when they don't. Just stay on here.
Okay, but they got it. They
Take
got to
out
be.
the elimination aspect of it. People
They
won't have
just
to
letting
feel
them.
like,
They
let's
just
see
giving
what
anybody an application to come on it. They don't even. They're not even vetting these people.
that's what I'm
So
like, what?
yeah.
I told y'all I put my application in. Like, excuse y'all. I know y'all not trying to act like. Well, see, the women normally be a little bit better than Mr. Men. That's just like,
yeah, because I think the women this season were pretty solid. Even aesthetically, I was like, well, they got some beautiful looking women. But I'm like, I don't know about these connections, but okay.
yeah. The men,
No.
it was just like. You go partying Monday through Sunday. You you just got divorced. You
You
talking about
sucking
going to skinny
toes.
dip, like right, like what? You want to skateboard and suck toes? Like, what? I don't
Well,
even know if
you
you
called her my
you
baby
for a
mama. I
living.
didn't
I
feel the need to
don't know.
correct you.
Right. I don't even know if you have a job. Like
Right.
what
Right. I don't know anything about you yet.
Not to go get his
So
covers and sleep on the floor.
doctor, like, oh, you want to lead with your resume. Like, oh my what? Because I have a career and you don't. Now y'all trying to tear me down in the men's lounge.
yeah.
Like those thing was just it was a mess. It didn't make sense.
Well, I'm glad this is over now. We ain't got to talk about
It's
these
a
people
wrap.
no more.
Mhm.
I'm done with them until I guess until it's Philly and we see
Really
what,
come
how
back.
that's gonna go. Yeah, I guess that won't be till next year probably. So
Was it good?
um
But they
but
usually be doing it kind of close together. I'm surprised. I just don't know why. You know, why if they don't change the elimination aspect, I don't see the show making it much longer. Even though I like the show, because it's just getting annoying. It's too much of a game. Like
right,
it's a
right,
dating
it is.
show and there is a
Mm.
game aspect to it, but it's just a big game.
Right, right.
I'm
I
feeling like
agree.
Survivor or one of them
Yeah,
things.
we want
Mhm.
people to
It
actually
is
find
a game.
love.
That's why I said, listen, that's why they had that group thing going on about elimination and this and that. It
Right.
sounds like Survivor or the Challenge or one of them type of shows, that
Yep.
they, let's
Right.
build an alliance and eliminate people, Big
Right.
Brother, that type of
And no
thing.
matter
You
how
know?
much
And I can't
money be
stand
like,
that.
oh, what happens here stays here. It never stays in. It never stays
No,
there.
Nope.
no.
Just take
Mm-mm.
it away. Then you have to worry about that. You don't got to get no disclaimer or nothing. At least initially.
Well, yeah, we'll see. It's like Tommy got to do something better. I don't know what's going
Yeah.
on.
And then I don't know. I mean, are we going to replace Tommy? I don't know.
I don't think he's going nowhere. I don't think he's going anywhere. I don't
I
think
don't
so.
Somebody
know.
was saying, I think it was on, I think maybe it was JB was saying they need or somebody that was in his live that they need like a woman to advocate for the women in the house, and then somebody maybe on a reunion like the lady that they had for Make a Move. But I'm like, we need something.
That lady
Something needs
couldn't
to
make a
change.
move. Uh,
I
well, she
mean, maybe
did.
not her. I'm just,
Yeah. She was kind of vocal, but I don't know. The women they picked because they had her, and then they had the one woman did a reunion the one year.
yeah.
She didn't really do a good job.
Mm.
Tommy
Well,
bought
I
his wife
feel
on
like
there.
maybe do both, or we could break it up, and like if you're gonna do two parts, like do the men, do the women, put them together. I don't know, just
Something else. Just do
shake
something
it
different.
up and
Yeah.
have somebody advocate for the women, because I feel like Tommy just They
He's
get
not
talked to any old kind of way, whether they're
I
arguing with
think
the
they
man
should
or
go back
arguing
and
with each other.
do the resort thing again. You know, they all had to stay there together, and they all had to be in each other's space all the
The reason
time. And
why I don't want that is because all the shows do that. So I feel
Yeah.
like it's like that's why I like that this one didn't do it, because every show that like it's supposed to mimic like real dating, like,
Right.
yeah,
but they just not doing it right. Like
but then
something's wrong.
I've heard some tea. I forgot who said it. Maybe it was Carmen, who was on the DC, but now she been on Love and Marriage, you know, with
Yeah.
Joy and Clifton. She
Mm-hmm.
said on Carlos King was interviewing her. She said a lot of times she didn't know who she was going to meet. The producers
Yes,
tell
she
you
did
to
say
be
that.
at Red Lobster at 5 o'clock, and you get there and then you find out it's George. You know, so you
Yeah.
don't know who you know. So I don't think these dates are authentic really like that. I think it's all
No.
still produced and set up.
Yeah, super. And I can see them doing that initially because no one knows anyone. But once you
Right.
see people like, or they people are voicing like, "Hey, I'm interested." Like these two people want to date. Allow them to date.
Yep.
Like, why are you? Don't make like it was obvious this season. Like some of the people was like, "Why are they on a date? Like, what? Why are these two going out?" And it's like, okay, why not put the people you know actually have a connection? That doesn't make any sense. Why is LaRon and Patrice eating catfish? Like they never made like it just didn't make no sense.
And
Mm-mm.
then something that you said, Shayna, you were saying that you were surprised that Mika and Vanessa made it to the end. I'm like, true story. That's the
Yeah.
last two that I would have thought was gonna make it all the way to the end.
I didn't
Not that
think
there
they
was
were.
anything wrong with them, but
No,
Right.
I like them.
I just didn't think they. And I said that I don't know why Vanessa don't self eliminate herself early on, because
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
didn't think it was no connection with anybody really. But she
Yeah.
said behind the scenes, her and Dom had been dating, you know, on and off. So
And when they went on a date, it was like, when were they having a conversation? How did this come about? Like y'all not even showing us
They don't
anything.
show us anything. Mm-hmm.
First date we see is when she's meeting his friend. Like we shouldn't even be meeting friends. We ain't seen them go on a date.
right,
The whole thing.
right.
I think Coachia should have stayed. They should have let Will and Alexis on there because people was like they should have said they had a connection. No, they didn't. But had they left them on there, we would have known they don't have no actual connection. They would have gave us enough time to like. I feel like all these games and LaRon trying to expose them, they would have exposed themselves.
Right.
And they
Right,
gave
right.
time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, we'll be up here an hour and a half talking about, you know, I don't know what more to say about the, you know,
Inga's
about
like,
these
I'm
people.
tired of these people. I'm over
Right.
it.
I'm saying, yeah, I don't know what more
I
to
didn't
say.
think we would get
You
on
know what I'm
this.
saying? Because I agree with everything y'all saying. I really believe they need to take the whole whatever format they got going on there, get the
Shake it
eraser,
up.
the pencil, or get the white out, white it all out,
Mhm.
start over from
Start
scratch.
over.
Yeah, just get something, you know, or just fix the things that we're complaining about. And I
Right.
know it ain't just us three. I'm sure if I go on social
Mhm.
media, the comments is probably every other people saying similar things. So yeah, they do need to change up some stuff.
They keep bringing in these wild cards. I'm like, is it a budget thing that y'all keep doing, eliminating people early? Like, y'all don't care? Are you just trying to make people mad? Like, do you want
They
people to
only
watch
have
the
so
show or
many
not?
episodes, so I guess they got to hurry up and narrow it down real fast. So would they get
Let
10
everybody
episodes
get.
or whatever it is?
I feel like let everybody get close to
Mhm.
the end and then pick the people will match themselves if they have a
Yes.
connection. But it's like you
That's
get
true. I
penalized.
mean, yeah, that's another thing. Why? I just think you should get into more episodes before we cutting somebody out.
Yeah,
You
Yep.
know,
I think that's the main
let,
thing.
let
Get
people
a
go on a few
new
dates with each
host for
other
the
first.
reunion and cut and get rid of those eliminations. At least so
And
soon.
we don't need 2-3 part reunions. Okay. Like I
Yeah.
said, unless something extremely deep happens or big and explosive happens, like a
And
fight or
maybe we could
something.
do like a mixer with the family. Like we don't need to do two separate one. The guy you meet his family and he
Right.
meeting your family. We don't even know if it's gonna get that serious. We could just do a
Mhm.
little casual type of
I probably wouldn't
mixer.
even want them to meet my family. I probably just get one of my
No, not
homegirls and
my
say,
not
just sit in for.
yeah.
I'm not gonna bring nobody around my mother and
Yeah, I would
father. That
prefer it be
Yeah.
your friend, like your best friend or
I
something
don't think
like
they're gonna
that.
take that out though, which is fine. Like, okay, maybe some people like, look, I want my family on here to really tell me what's going. My mom was
Get
like, look,
your
if you
best
get on
friend.
here,
yeah,
You don't
our
have
mother
no
can be on
friends. That's just as good
yeah,
as family too.
here. My mom was like, look, our mother be on
yeah, Fanny. What we saying, Fanny, is that it doesn't need a 2-part reunion. I could deal with the 12 episodes, but get rid of that 2-part reunion part. We
Yeah,
just
like
need
you
one
said, unless
one
it was
reunion. Unless it's something so good that happened, they gotta give us some extra time. But other than that, we don't need,
And they
we don't need
gassed
too
us up
far.
with the whole Chaz
This second
narcissist
part
thing. I
was
thought
just we could
this
have did the
second part
second
was gonna
part
be
in 15
good.
minutes, y'all. I mean, it
Could
wasn't
have.
enough to make it. We stressed it. We've been up here an hour and a half. We stretched this out to make this to have
Yeah.
conversation.
right.
But I'm saying, but technically, it wasn't enough even on that on the
Yeah, some
show
people we
that
didn't talk
long.
about
30 minutes.
Will.
They could have
We
did
didn't talk
30
about
minutes with
William at
commercial.
all. I want to know what was going on with William and Maya. We didn't talk about that. We didn't talk about really anything. It was like the same redundant conversation. How many times are we gonna talk about these text messages?
Yeah. Right.
And didn't resolve anything either.
It didn't
Right.
resolve nothing. No.
Even that unseen clip that I told you I saw, like when April Lamar was getting into it, and then like April said something. She's like, "I don't run down my resume. I was just talking about, my accolades, my accomplishments." And then Lamar started laughing. And Tommy was like, "Hey, April, pay attention to me." Like, why are
Yeah.
you talking to April? Check Lamar. Like,
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah. Hour and a half of youngin. That was too long for that. They didn't need. They didn't need that.
Yeah, it could have done an hour
I
and
mean,
a
unless
half.
okay.
One.
I guess what you're saying, we could do an hour and a half.
Yes,
Just to.
one.
Yeah.
One
Okay, I agree.
reunion,
I
an hour
agree.
and a
I agree.
half total.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Just to cram everything in. Let's do
Yeah,
an
because
hour
we
and
could have
30
finished this
minutes.
last week.
I agree with
We
that.
could have did it
I
1
agree
hour,
with that.
honestly.
Yeah.
But even Real Housewives of Potomac, I'm like, it's the same. Like we having the same conversations.
Yeah.
Twice.
They got another
Like,
one tonight, right?
yeah,
Yeah. This
it's the
should be the
last
final,
one.
the third part.
Right. I'm
Like
like,
we
it was
we
Robin
didn't
and
need 3 parts on that.
it was Robin and Candace talking about their friendship. Like we talked about this last week. Like how many times are we gonna have the same conversation?
And what's her face? I think what's her name is Necka's finally gonna have her piece tonight and have something to
I
say.
can get rid of her.
Thank you. Goodbye.
She ain't,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I
But
agree.
I stopped watching this season halfway through anyway because it was
I
so
don't
bad.
watch.
Yeah, it was,
I
you
don't
ain't
watch.
you ain't missing anything.
I haven't watched Real Housewives of Potomac since like season 4 or something like that.
I had stopped watching then and started. Somebody asked me to review it, and that's the only
Yeah, I remember you
reason
said
I
that.
started again. And now I don't
I'm
know.
not reviewing something because one person. It got to be like a lot of
I
people
think it was
hit
more
me
than
up
one
and say,
person that probably
yeah,
asked her.
that was
It was when I very first started, so of course I was like, okay,
Oh, okay.
Now I'm like, I'm sorry. Sorry, girl,
I'll probably go back and pick up where I left off, and I'll probably stop right after Monique leave. It sounded like it kind of went down from there. So
it did kind of. Yeah, it
I
did.
didn't
After
even watch
Monique,
that season. I didn't.
I think that's only like another
after
season and a
Monique was
half.
gone, it kind of did take a turn, and then
And plus, on these
they got to
reunions,
turn it around. But now it
everybody
maybe it
got
might get better
robbed.
next season because they fired Robin. Maybe so it might get better with her gone. Because
Giselle's still on there. I don't how because Giselle.
They love Giselle for some reason. They love her.
Giselle is the cancer. We can get another.
And she doesn't
village.
add anything. She doesn't tell us nothing. We don't know. I mean, it's just
she's willing to start the mess, but so is Mia. So we don't need her on there to do that.
No, Mia saved the show though at the end because she had the drama. So that's what that's
Mia on there. We don't need Giselle on there to do that because Mia is willing to do it. So we don't need.
Oh yeah, Mia. Otherwise, this whole season would have been a flop. But they waited to the last to give us that part with her and about her and Gore. I said, "Damn, this the juice right here. This is what we needed all."
And Robin was trying to get in people's business, but it's like, girl, shut the hell up. We
look at that. And look at Gordon and them.
That's why.
Look at Gordon and Mia willing to expose all their dirt. But what's his name? Juan won't even. Yeah, that's why she lost her job. She should come home and put her whole foot up his backside because
he lost her job because of jobless wandering.
Yeah, because of him. Yeah, because he won't even show up to just like the other men said. They show up for their wives, even if they are in the hot seat. Chris has been in the hot seat. Other people been, and you just sit and you show up because it's to support the wife. She's the one getting the check. The men don't get paid. So when she lose her job, then you ain't getting no money either.
Right, because when I knew Andy was done, he was like, and why is that here? And he don't got no game today. He volunteers at our son's high school. Girl, don't nobody care. He don't got no job.
Yeah, he volunteered, but you could volunteer, you ain't getting paid. So you
he's
so he could have still taken that time. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Even if he says I'm not going to talk, but just show up, put your seat, your buttons
So
in
these
on
husbands
the
on all these
stool.
other different platforms, Married to Medicine, Real Housewives of Atlanta, they don't be having nothing to say and nothing going on, and they still show up. So I
That's what I'm
mean, you
saying.
got
That's
something
what I'm
going on,
saying.
and you don't want to show up.
We didn't see
Yeah,
Chris
and I'm
Jackson
sure that
on.
Damon don't want to really be there for but he shows up for Heavenly. Even
Yep, I
when
Right.
think
she
he
right,
only missed
wrong, or
one.
indifferent, he still just show up and
It's
sit there.
not like Robin can hold her own. It's not like Robin can get it done without him. Like, okay, well, I bring so much, I don't need him. Like she don't. So he needs to show up. But I mean,
Yeah, I mean Ray is
Crazy.
always there for Karen. He sits there, and there was one time it was a early season when they was in the hot seat with stuff, but he still came. You know, so you that he's the one. That's the reason why, and she was just so
That's
tight
how
lipped
you
on
show
all the
somebody
stuff that
you
was
don't
going
really care
on.
about them.
right,
And yeah,
right,
and she didn't want to even talk about all the stuff that was going on. You know,
right.
whether he
But
was
then
there or not, she didn't want to talk about it.
the whole time, every time Chris said something, she's like, "Oh, so those screenshots were made up. It was
You have
photo."
no reason to say
Like, girl,
anything. You don't have no reason to say anything because I wouldn't
and
even
she
answer her.
she probably would have been able to keep her job if Candace would have quit just a little sooner.
I
But
was gonna say she should have just quit, but it sounded like she needed the job, so there's that.
yeah,
But if you don't want to share your life, it's like what you.
she should have never been on there. You on here and you. I mean, well, I was gonna say
I
she had a
hope she saved all her coins. Rob. I hope she
in the
saved all her money.
townhouse broke. Like, this is Real Housewives is supposed to be about women who have wealth, and you on here, like you said, robbing Peter to pay Paul, like cutting corners.
Oh,
What is
that has ended a long. Beverly Hills is the only one that really them people got money on Beverly Hills.
I
But
remember they used to be at the
But it
store and
ain't
get
like that no
Real
more. Orange County used to be like that at the beginning. Orange County, they
Housewives.
had with Vicky and all them. They actually had businesses. They had money. They lived behind the gate.
Yeah,
But it been stopped being like that. Now you got people on here just doing whatever, because you seen on even like Sheree, she could never get the house together. Finally, she got the house, but
but she can't. She knows she can't afford.
well, I guess she got money coming in now because she doing stuff to
She
keep it
wouldn't have
up.
been
She's
rolling
got a
around
huge
down there
house.
with Martell if she could afford it. She wouldn't be doing these wild storylines that nobody believes that she could afford it.
Well, she must got money because she keep getting plastic surgery. She done did her face again. She looked
Well,
totally
she was
different.
just on on
She used
Traders. I'm surprised
to
she made
be.
it that far.
She
And I watched the whole I've watched Traders and
I
I'm
think she
surprised
looks
she made it.
more instead of Drew. I think she looks more like Kim Zolciak. I'm not gonna hold you.
Yes,
Just put a
I
went
on
brown
her
her
Kim
up.
if you go on her
Kim
IG
Zolciak,
page, you don't recognize her at all. She don't look like the Sheree from
Kim
season one.
Zolciak now or Kim
No,
Zolciak?
not now.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say which
That Kim's up with the big
She
giant
said which
lips.
face?
Yeah,
Older
because
face. Not the, I don't even
it's
know
been a
what
couple
Kim
of
looks like now.
it's been a couple of Kim Zolciak. She's just
Yeah,
changed her face a
like the
minute.
first, second, somewhere around
Yeah,
there.
something like the
Third.
third season, something like that. Before she
Older
started really
face.
going crazy with the plastic surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Sheree changed. I'm not saying she looks bad. She just looked like a
Right.
total different person. Total different person.
Yeah,
But,
yeah. Like, well, I want to see
and
you.
really, she should stay off. I hope she really should stay off this next season because her mother has Alzheimer's or dementia or something. So she really should stay focused on that and not even be on the show.
Well, she
But
got to
she
get her
might
money
need,
somewhere.
but she might need the money to take care of her mother. So,
Money.
yeah.
And especially if she
You
got them
need to
paying.
find her another show
'Cause I
like
don't,
Traders, where you don't
I
really have
mean,
to tell your
well, she could
business.
use it as a good if she's smart, she'll use it as a good tool to highlight dementia and Alzheimer's, which is very serious.
No,
And
she
Sheree
ain't gonna
never
do
really
that.
put
so
a really.
if she use it, you can use these things could be used for a good way. But a lot of times she really don't know how to do that. So
Yeah.
look up at the clothing line thing and all that.
Sheree,
Candy
we
was
didn't.
always good at doing that. She takes something and know how to highlight it so she can make other people aware or make money off of it, whatever the case is. But Sheree doesn't know how to
How
do that.
long did it take for Sheree to even tell us she had her older daughter? Like, she didn't even want to show her. So it's like you got a
No, yeah.
whole other
At the
child.
very beginning, if you go back to season one, we didn't know she had an older daughter. We knew she had the two
She
from
been
Bob that
hiding.
they were little kids, but then we didn't know until a little later that she had an older daughter.
Right.
So she was
She
living
brought
in
out
Ohio.
That's what I'm
girl,
saying. She
she
reminded.
little.
That's why her and Phaedra was good on there because neither one of them don't like to share nothing. So that was the perfect place for them to be. Go in here and play this little game. We don't have to know nothing about your personal life.
That's
And
what
if
I
we
said.
did,
All
if
these
every
shows have
show is going
changed
to be
now.
a game show, then we need to just do all game shows. So they try to bring that game show aspect to reality shows. Like, I don't want to see y'all playing games.
Yeah, I don't want it in my reality show. I'm
It's
telling
not-
you, you go
reality
over there
shows
and
are
do
not
that.
reality anymore. They're so produced now. They're not like they
Yeah.
used to be. That's the yeah. I know when I'm watching them now. So I know that it's not the same as it used to be.
Well, that's the same
Yeah,
thing
it's
like with Ready to
unfortunate.
Love when I think Belle was saying she just watched for entertainment now, but it's like, no, I still want
I just
some
watch for entertainment. I
I
don't think
don't.
nobody's gonna get
a love story. Like if
at
y'all
the
I'm
end of
looking for
I'm
a
always saying ain't
couple.
nobody gonna get together. So yeah, I always watch for
I want
entertainment.
to at least an attempt for people to actually really want
Yes.
some people to want to
Shannon,
find
you really looking for the passion and the love. Okay, I'm
I
at least
you
one
looking for the
couple.
passion and the
what's the point of
I'm with you,
watching?
girl, but I really think it's just entertainment at this point. But
Yeah,
I'm with
Otherwise,
you.
we can watch like Real World or something
right.
like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like,
Like we don't need to have a dating show then. Just be a just
right.
know with people in the house or something. Like you
It's
said,
not
real
on
world.
us. We the fans still that's on them. That's what they're giving us. They're giving us game show like we watching Price
Well,
is
I'm not
Right or something.
watching Married at First Sight, and none of the couples are married. That's why I stopped watching it. Like it's like this. We got so far away from what the
Yeah,
show.
it's,
Why am I watching
yeah.
Real Housewives? Why are they on here broke? I don't need to watch you be broke and working 9 to 5. Like that's my own lifestyle. Like I want to
I
see.
know.
I'm
That's
not.
why I used to watch like Orange County and all them in the early days because they was behind the gate. They had the money. They had the
Yeah, I watched the
the
first
kids
season.
was playing tennis and they had all the good
Man, you said
stuff.
maybe you want to watch all the franchises. Now the only one I watch is Atlanta, and no, and then I started with Potomac, and they've been broke from the start.
I did not
Yeah,
watch
that's
that New
true.
York
Because I
one. That New
started off
York
watching.
reboot. I did not watch that at all.
I didn't watch the
Mm-mm.
reboot. I used to watch New York. I used to
I
watch
used to watch the original
OC,
New
New
York when it was
Jersey.
original.
Orange
They
Yeah.
County, Orange
with
County,
Ramona and all that turtle time and all that was funny back then. The
yeah.
early days of New
Orange
York was
County
good.
when Vicky and I think they had, what was her name, Tammy or Tamara?
Tamara, yeah.
I think they had bought her back by then. It was just so far gone.
No, the early look. If you want to enjoy a good reality, you got to go back, go on Peacock. You can watch the early seasons; those are the good ones. But
Then it's
now
gonna make
it's
you mad
changed.
because
Yeah.
then you're gonna watch the current season. You're gonna be like, "What is this?"
Oh no, well I know that's the reason why.
We on Married to
Like
Medicine.
New York, I didn't look at.
Sweet Tea buying fake clothes, knockoff from behind and from out the
In the
trunk behind
parking
the
lot.
mall, and it's like, right, like what is this?
I mean, yeah, well,
People up there, they talking about how much is your budget for the party? Like, ooh, I don't know. My budget's a little tight. Like, what? Robin up here doing a party, and it's like you getting stuff from the barbecue spot, like getting hot dogs and burgers. Like, where is the wealth?
no tablecloths, no nothing. Yeah,
Right. We ain't
you
seen them
know.
show how much something costs on the screen in so long. No husbands. The husbands
Yeah,
are
first of all, it was called. That's why, like when Orange County, when that first started, Housewives of Atlanta with the original crew with Nene and them, they were all housewives. You know what I'm saying?
That's
For the
Kim.
most part, I think when
Kim.
Sheree was going through a divorce, but there
Right.
still was a mother
Yeah,
raising
they
her
did it
kids. And
first.
so that's but everybody else, but these shows now, everybody ain't got no man, no
Kim
kids,
Zolciak
no.
wasn't, and that's why I didn't want her on there. Why do we have this token?
Well, no, yeah, I think they had her on there because it was just outrageous. This white woman with this synthetic wig on,
Yeah, I was never a
smoking
fan of
cigarettes. I mean,
Kim.
she
Yeah,
was
not even
entertaining.
token white.
She was entertaining. I'm not even going front
I
on
I
her.
was never a fan of
never, never.
Kim.
But she was entertaining. I used to.
When Sheree said, I just shifted her wig. I was like,
Yeah,
yeah,
she was
shift
entertaining.
that
I love
wig.
those old episodes, the
I
old seasons.
never
I
liked
love
Kim.
the old seasons. Yeah, the old ones.
Yeah, I didn't
Because
like Kim.
they were entertaining.
Cause she's like you, she's a stone cold. Like, what? She got this slave on here. Who is a side chick? Who is this?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like,
Yeah.
what the?
Yeah.
Keep
Y'all,
your
what y'all
legs
got
closed
coming
to
up on
married
what
man.
y'all got coming up this week?
That didn't last.
Yeah, this is almost 9:30. What y'all got going on?
Okay, so I just did for this past week Summer's House, Martha's Vineyard, Diara from Detroit, and Love and Marriage DC, and it will be the same thing this week.
Same thing, yeah.
And keep your
Yeah, because
notifications on.
Summer House is on now. So
Yeah,
I'll
Wednesday.
catch that late. I'll catch it late on the week or something. And what you doing? She say it's pretty much the same thing, just kind of repeating the same.
BMF. I gotta do Ready to Love tonight because I didn't even do it. So I'll still do it, even though it's a struggle to watch.
No.
You can do it.
No, I was trying. I was working on an interview, but y'all keep your community tabs open for that one. I'll see, and maybe a live. I don't know. Brillo said he was doing Ladies' Night on Saturday, so I don't know if he's still doing it. If y'all jumping on that or not.
If he tells me about it, I wasn't able to make the last ladies' night. But if he tells me, I'll
And I keep missing
come
the
around.
Friday BMS. I'm like every Friday, ever since he done said something about it, then some I won't be doing nothing on Friday. Ever since he been asking, I've been busy on Friday. I'm gonna try to do it this week.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the episode. He was,
And you still doing the Love and Hip Hop, right? Miami.
oh yeah, I did that
Mhm.
today. And what else?
I
Potomac.
saw that last episode when they was in Dominican Republic.
Yeah,
The very
it's
last one they did.
again, but I feel like anybody watching Love and Hip Hop like they used to. But
No,
Miami,
yeah. I just happened to
I'm
check
still
it out,
watching
but
Atlanta.
yeah, me too. I still look at it. You know what I
Let's
do?
talk
I
about
watch it while I'm working, y'all. It's on my, I have
Yeah,
my
me
iPad
too.
right there, and this
Yeah.
is more like background, so I'm glancing back and forth with my eyes watch. So it's not. This is more entertainment. Like it's not. It
Yeah.
ain't like that's what I'm saying. That's another show that started off with New York
Really
and
good.
even Atlanta one, and it was juicy, but
Yeah.
it just went off the rails now. So
Mhm.
it's nothing.
Yeah.
It don't,
And they got
it's
to
just
keep people on the shows for too long because I wanted to talk about Yandy and Mendici, but it's like, why are they still on the show?
well, he getting tired of her now, so I don't know. You think
I
they're
ain't
gonna get
never been a
divorced?
fan of. I've never been a fan of Yandy, and I'm
Me
sick
either,
of
but
looking at Carly Red's old funky ass. But
me too. Me too.
I
she
did like,
keep
Me too.
rinsing and
Yeah.
repeat every season. She got a new man. It's like
Yeah.
you doing the
Oh,
same
matter of fact, the
stuff.
next episode, I saw a commercial. She gonna get engaged again and fall out on the floor. I said, we didn't already seen this
right,
rinse
how
and
many
repeat before.
times? And
We
she
didn't
ain't never
seen that
made it
before.
to nobody's out. I think she did marry one of them, but whatever. She
Yeah,
ain't
Yeah,
but
she married that
she,
one that was like a scammer and couldn't keep his
yeah,
hands
she
to
did.
himself.
remember who
Yeah.
he is. I mean,
Well, whatever. Then yeah, that's another show that used to
it's
be real
Yandy
good. Love and Hip Hop was like the talk of the town when they did the New York ones, and
and when Atlanta first came on,
but then it
When
went
Atlanta first started
yeah,
too,
when Atlanta first started and New York
with
first started
Stevie and
with it.
Jocelyn.
yeah, that was
But
even if it
now
was fake,
it's
it's
off
great.
the rails now. So
Yeah, because I feel like Atlanta was a little fake when it first came on. Like y'all remember when Jocelyn took that pregnancy test in there, and I was like, that girl, she ain't doing why are we this fake pregnancy test? But it was just so entertaining. Like I don't even care.
no, they was good with Mimi and all that stuff, and Mimi did the sex tape and all that. That was all juicy back then. But now it's just boring. Now, really, it's just on for
I
entertainment. It's
just
like,
feel like DC never was in love
sometimes
with
it's on and I'm in the kitchen cooking or something. It's just on the TV. I can hear it, but it's not.
never in love
It's
with her.
not
And
like it was.
they got New York people in Atlanta, and this person in
That
the East.
drives me crazy
Oh
too.
yeah, they done mixed everybody because
That's why
after
I'm
they
glad
got rid of
Erica's going all the
after they got
transplants.
rid of Hollywood, they put everybody on. They mixing them all up in
Miami,
yeah. Mhm.
Atlanta. Yep.
Right. Well, I think we're gonna go and get on out of here
I was
because
gonna say, I see Machine. I had a kid accident.
yeah.
And
Well,
I need to get my little one to bed.
you know
They ate
how that
already. Or he ate.
yeah. Well, and we probably done lost some people in the chat anyway. everybody, everybody done probably left us a long time ago.
Like, what they
But
talking about?
but
Just
I
chilling.
appreciate it, all those that did come out and hung in there with us for a little while. And I'm sure we're gonna find something else to all get together and talk
Yep.
about again. We'll come up with some other stuff. So so if whoever's still here, thank y'all for coming out. And we will catch y'all on the next one. Bye.
Bye.